What up? What's going on, everybody? Gonna do this game one Western Conference Finals between the Golden Knights and Stars. Oh, is Bone gonna help me? Okay. Come here, Bone. You wanna come up? You wanna say hi to the stream? Come here, buddy. Okay, we'll see. Hey, Salty, what's up, buddy? So yeah, I didn't see anybody who was gonna stream. Looks like I'm gonna have Rico is coming on with me. He is confirmed. If you want to come on and chat, you the listener, the guest, I'm gonna drop the link. We're gonna do that later. But we're gonna talk. This is a pivotal game one after last night's crazy game, which I enjoyed thoroughly. So it was really good. I hope you guys yeah, Salty. So I'll say this, and I followed it closely. Shanahan pretty much, hey, Sal, Shanahan kind of said everything in a that kind of went down. I kind of think it's a really bad look for Dubas, to be quite frank. So it's going to be interesting, man. I listened to Steve Dangle and those guys today. I just want to, because, I try to keep my finger on the pulse, what's going with that team and stuff. I just think if you're not paying attention. But it looks like, here, let me, I'm sorry. I think, yep. Good to go, Sean. Beardy Canuck was going to have the Beardy Canuck on tonight. I've invited a couple of people. We'll see. Usually I don't get anybody, but Rico will be here and Perlo will maybe show up later. So I know those guys will probably be here. Yeah. So I think that's what happened, Salty. I think they had an offer on the table for Dubas. And I think that, Dubas forgot that he really didn't have a lot of success in the OHL, and they kind of took a flyer on him. I think Shannon, and then they bring him up. I'm the thing that they kind of forgot the rebuild. So hey, what's up, Biggs BTW on the Twitch? That's cool, man. I don't know that we've gotten anybody on the Twitch ever, so you might be. No, I've had a few, but we don't get a ton. So nice to see you, man. If I know you from something else, just message me. But it's cool to have you. I can see the Twitch, and we get quite a bit from Twitter, but I can't interact with the Twitter folks, which is hopefully they figure that out. Actually, I'll share the link while I'm waiting for Rico, if you guys don't mind. But real quick, I'm with you, Salty. I feel like I think Dubas probably overplayed his hand, man, and that's. I'm with you, Salt. We're not that far behind. Oh, I'm going to share my tweet. Let's go. Hashtag Vegas born. We are going to. And guys, I'm not going to do much of play-by-play. I just want to talk with you in the chat. If you guys want to come on screen, you can come on the show and just ask questions. We could just talk hockey. This is just friends talking hockey. I don't pretend to know anything more than the next guy. I'll just say that I read 6 or 7 articles a day. I watch 4 or 5 hockey shows a day. And when it's a regular season, I am watching 6 to 8 hockey games a day. So, I'm really trying to stay up on top with all that stuff. So, just to give you guys a kind of a day to day of what I'm trying to do with this brand, and anyway, I just wanted to. If I was Dubas, I would have taken the 3x4, then got the next big contract. Yeah, I'll say this, Salty, and I so appreciate. I'll drop the link in the chat if you guys want to come on and ask. You can ask an audio question, or you can come on camera or whatever. I know a lot of people aren't comfortable with camera, but you know, man, you got one face, so you're gonna live with it the rest of your life. You might as well be okay. The worst can happen to you. And I can bring on Twitch if you have the capabilities too. So you just have to have a camera or whatever. I don't know all the software stuff, but so Biggs, by the way, 7 Dig, sorry, you're welcome to come on. Yeah, I think that's to some extent, Sal. I also think he wanted some other concessions. I think they had another offer. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens, man. It's just one of those it's a crazy time. I'm gonna pop in on the basketball game too, because I'm just gonna look in on the score. It's already 9-4 Heat. I think the Heat are gonna upset the Celtics in this. I think we're gonna have a Heat Denver final, and I think the Heat are gonna win a championship. I do. I don't know. It's something about Timothy Butler is reminding me like early shades of Kobe and Michael Jordan, but it's just one of those things, kind of funny. I have the feed up. I invited Arizona Sports Guy again, but he's just so burned out. I don't think they dude, I would love to be in Vegas for this. The intro looks so fire. I have gotten to go to 2 or 3 games at Vegas. I am such a fan of their presentation. Yeah, that Sal, you're with me. Heat Denver in the finals. Yeah. And I'm a Lakers fan, de facto Lakers fan, you know, so it's one of those things where it's, you know, but I just don't like, who cares? I'd rather watch, you know, just good, you know, other fan bases get their due too, right? Like, it's just one of those things where you want that. So ESPN has PK, Steve Levy, Chris Chelios, and the immortal Mark Messier. I could say you probably say the same thing for their pregame. I'm gonna tap volume just so I can kind of know what's going on. You guys are probably gonna be ahead of me because I'm streaming. That's just the way it goes with the streaming and stuff. So, but dude, this is awesome. We have a bunch of people in the chat, and Rico's here now. So we got him. Hey, what's up?
Hey, how are you?
So I just figured we'd do a watch along, man. Like none of my other streaming buddies were doing anything. And I was like, because normally I'll just listen to them and chime in the chat. And I was like, bet Rico's not doing anything. Perlo said he might show up later.
Yeah.
He's got stuff going on. I'm keeping an eye on the Heat Celtics game. If you're interested in that, I don't know if you're in any NBA. I'm assuming that you became a huge Raptors fan after they won the championship a couple years ago.
Yeah, for sure. I never bet on any NBA tonight, and I didn't last night, but I bet on the Heat the first game to cover against Boston, so I made a few bucks off that. Then I nailed all the player props. I got Kyle Lowry over 10.5 points, Bam Adebayo, and then I had Tatum over his point. I just cleaned house.
You see, Sal's a GTA guy, by the way. So he lives in your proximity, and he's saying what's up. So anyway, I went and rustled the last 2 6-packs of Big Deal Brewing out of the liquor store here in town. I had to drive, and some chick almost killed me, man. This is why I don't like leaving my house. You know, it's like, she's taking a right-hand turn. I'm in the right lane, and she waits till so I am I have a nice car. My wife bought me I have a truck, but I had a truck for years. I still have it, but I'm leasing it to her friend right now. So I have a car. I have an Acura TLX, good car. It's like a 2021, super sporty looking. Look it up, looks cool. It's a 4-door, but like it's a sick looking car. So I'm like, boom! I had like Indy car, and I couldn't believe my reaction time was any less, I'd have been T-boned. People drive like a-holes here, dude. They're fucking a-holes. Yeah, I'm sure it's not better in Canada either, but
there's accidents everywhere on a beautiful day, and it just makes you shake your head. It's like, man, what the hell is going on? Like, it's a beautiful day outside, and there's a car with his back end fucking rammed in.
Yeah, I still see some of the worst ones in the winter. So, hey, we're underway in this game, by the way. I will, guys that are coming in to chime in, Rico and I are going to bullshit. We're just going to be buddies talking hockey. but I'll try to throw in a little bit of play-by-play and stuff like that too. So trash this. So we've got I'll set up a scoreboard that I'll pop up, but I'm not going to do it unless there's a score.
Mm-hmm.
So let's
whereabouts are you in the game right now? They're dropping a puck at 19:28 with me right now.
I'm right there with you. I'm probably 10 seconds behind. So you're a little bit ahead of me. So yeah, no worries. Yeah. So it's the first period. It's in the zone. The drop is in Dallas's zone. And I think Dallas's zone in. Dallas won it, but then quick turnover created by Vegas, and Vegas is doing really well so far. They look good. If this stays 5v5, I think this is an easy Vegas Golden Knights series. I hate to say it. But I don't know, man. I think this is going to go long. I think we're going to get 6 or 7 out of this one too.
Well, both of them. Well, I'm all over Vegas in this game, and I've got the long prop in Dallas to win the cup, and Pavelski and Ottinger for the Conn Smythe. But in this game, I hammered Vegas to win the first period. So as long as Vegas wins the first period, I got Vegas in the game, and then I got Riley Smith and Theodore and one other guy for a point prop. Who did I take? Riley Smith. I can't remember. Riley Smith, Theodore. Wasn't Eichel, wasn't Stone, wasn't Stevenson, wasn't Carlson. Marchessault, I think.
So Mike McKenna just tweeted that the Carlson line started against Rupe Hentz. He thinks that's a surprise because that's essentially their third line going up against their first line. But I think the thing that I saw in Vegas, and correct me if I'm wrong, you watch these games too. I don't know if you stay up as late with the Edmonton series, but I saw Vegas just play unbelievably two ways, especially like Jack Eichel. I can remember him taking the puck right off McDavid's stick. Oh, what a nice breakaway there by I don't know who 21 is for Vegas. I'm sorry.
Chandler Stevenson, maybe?
No, Chandler Stevenson's number 20. That's the jersey I have above my head. Former Cap on. I will immortalize every one of the 2018 Washington Capitals, like you will when the Leafs finally win a cup. Everybody who's on that team will become a god. It's like my wife is with the 2016 Cubs, because she's a big Cubs fan. She's just like, David Ross, all those guys are going to be immortalized for her.
Yeah, they get a pass even if they play for another team. I'm going to cheer for them forever.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll look at the stats here. They'll have whose number is who on.
I don't have Marchessault. It's Barbashev I've got.
For 21?
On for a point prop. I got Barbashev and Riley Smith and Theodore. So essentially, I just need Vegas to win for them to pop points in and then to win the first period. And the game over 5.5 the total.
Well, I'll tell you what I like. What I'm seeing is every time I'm looking, it's already 3-0. We're 4.5 minutes in. You're 5 minutes in, probably. So we're a quarter way through the. It's been mostly Vegas. If you're a Vegas fan, you're liking what you're seeing. I haven't barely seen Dallas on the other end at all. No. So number 21 for Vegas is.
What's that?
It might have been 51.
Good. Did you stay up for that whole game last night?
Dude, it wasn't even late here.
Oh, yeah. It was 2 in the morning.
It wasn't even dark. It wasn't even dark. I watched the entire, almost 7 hours. Yeah. Didn't miss a play. And, dude, actually, I went out on the lake during triple overtime and just listened to the game broadcast. They have John Forsland and Mike Fox, who usually does King games. John Forsland, obviously, former Canes broadcaster / now Seattle Kraken broadcaster, and he does work for I think he does work for TNT as well. He called, and he'll probably be their finals guy, I'm assuming. Him or I think it'll be him. But anyway, Probably Olchek and him, but I don't know. We'll see. But this is Sean McDonough, Ray Ferraro on our broadcast here for ESPN. Ray Ferraro's been with ESPN forever. But I don't see a 21. Oh, I do. I'm sorry. It was Brett Howden. I'm an idiot. That's Howden is who's Vegas's guy. Brett Howden. That makes sense too. He's a center. So yes. So I don't know who's in the starting lineup for them tonight. I wish they would. ESPN needs to work on their website. Oh, this is NHL.com. Theirs could even be better too. So why am I on this? Okay, I can turn this. Let's shut this. A little bit of pressure from Dallas, but they still don't have a shot on goal, official shot on goal. I don't know, man. I like Vegas. I mean, people are telling me that they should be afraid of the Dallas Stars power play. I'm like, they just got past the greatest power play we've ever seen in professional hockey. And McJesus and Draisaitl just bunts, just guarantee they're going to score 2 power play goals a game for the next 10 years. Like if they get you know what I'm saying? Like if they get the lion's share of power plays or penalties, like they can get with that skill, that Dallas does have a shot on goal. I've got. Okay, we still have some people in. I put the link in the chat, so you guys are welcome to come on and ask a question. I can boot you or remove you if you're a troll, but we're not going to get that. We have a few diehards that show up for us, and that's about it. So, yeah, we have to have the Dubas discussion too at the intermission, man. I'm sure that was all over your Toronto Airways today, Rico.
What's that? The Dubas fire?
Yeah, the Dubas discussion. We got to talk about what happened with Kyle Dubas.
They kept it pretty quiet, man. That's one thing Toronto hasn't been.
Did you listen to Shanahan's presser today?
No, I worked. I was at work all day, and I got home.
Dude, I listened to the whole thing. Oh man, wow, that was all. They almost scored there, right in Ottinger's face. Ottinger's gettable too. I think Seattle proved that. I know he's the best goalie probably left, maybe in most people's minds. But okay, so we're on a commercial break. It's 0-0, everybody. Nobody scored. You guys, sorry. I don't do play-by-play. I put sort of. That's why I said play-by-play, sort of, because we're just going to talk and BS. Okay. So Shanahan broke down from last year, the events of everything that transpired. And essentially, in March, Dubas had a contract extension. He just didn't agree to it yet. He was going to wait. I think what happened was Dubas was waiting to see how far the Leafs went. And if the Leafs went far, which, Vegas thought they were going to, I just didn't, man. I felt bad for you guys, but I felt like last year you were even a better team than you were this year. I thought last year you had them beat. You played better than. Isn't it ironic? I thought you played better than Tampa last year, and you lost the series. This year, I thought Tampa outplayed you, and you won the series in 6. So that's just hockey, isn't it? But it just felt like you were missing something this year that you had last year, and I can't tell you what that was because I liked the additions that Dubas made. Even I thought Achari, O'Reilly, McCabe, those were all things you guys needed. The one thing I would say is try to bring – probably don't get O'Reilly back, but if you bring McCabe's 3-year deal, so that's why a first-rounder went in that deal. But if you bring back Achari and, and maybe you get a chance to bring back O'Reilly – I think those trades work out. And I just think those guys playing a little bit more with that team is probably a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? So Jack Eichel, 6 goals, 8 assists, 14 points, and he beat Connor McJesus in the second round. To see that McDavid got to the finals last year, conference finals, and then to miss, you just got to salt him because I honestly think that Edmonton team in a lot of ways was – this is another thing. I thought Calgary could win the cup last year with the team they had, but they just did nothing in the playoffs and they got unceremoniously bounced by. But we all thought that really the only team that could give it to the Colorado Avalanche a legit tough time in the Western Conference Finals was the Calgary Flames, and they just didn't show up in the Battle of Alberta, and I don't get it. And I think that was the early sign that something was rotten in Denmark there with Sutter and them because, So,
well, Markstrom didn't play that well either, though. Markstrom had a shit series against the Oilers too.
Yeah, but I mean, he really hasn't recovered from that at all.
No.
And really, by all stretch of the imagination, if they win like 3 games more this year, they're in the playoffs. So we're like burying them, but that team was way too talented, and they had the whole year to gel.
Yeah, I think the Leafs D and Nixon.
Jack Eichel had a breakaway from hell. You're ahead of me. I was watching your face, but you didn't give it away. Yeah. Wow. Onger just barely got a piece of it, too. I think Eichel was complaining to the ref about something. He probably got fucking hooked or held or whatever. Honestly, dude, I enjoyed last night's game so much because they barely called anything. It was a pretty clean game. Did you watch it all?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You're a real hockey fan, man. Because I'll tell you what, I'm getting old, Rico. If I live where you live, it'd be hard for me to stay awake. I'm so lucky I live in the land of the midnight sun. Honestly, I don't know that I could ever live like past mountain time, to be quite frank. Yeah. It's just I can, like, I was up till 1 last night, but it didn't end till 1:50. Oh my God, dude.
I was close to going.
Yeah, if he gets that puck up, he would have beat him easily. He probably should have shot a little earlier. Ray Ferraro is actually giving him some good pointers. Hopefully you can hear him. Whatever. 7-0 in Jack Oig. Oh, that is cool as shit. Is that the only thing that came in? Oh, damn. I just got a new hat in the mail. The Caps Fanatics hat. I don't know. It's pretty cool. We have flat bill. I think I get points with this company, so they were free. Oh, Rico. I think Rico's probably getting a call here, guys. Yeah, you're okay, man. I'm just gonna take you off the screen. Because it looks like his fingers look like inappropriate. So 0-0, 9 shots. Vegas looks really good early on, guys. Pretty excited. Rico's getting a call. He's doing it with his phone because he gets good signal with his. He's got a better picture with his phone and his. There we go. A little bit more light. Yeah. Ray Ferraro and Sean McDonough both saying they feel like that Vegas is dominating. So. Shot attempt 16-1 for Vegas. And both these series went long. I know that Dallas played an extra game, so Vegas got that game 6. Boy, they were probably good to get that out of the way. Bundad, what's up, guy? Yeah, so we got there we got Rico back. Okay. Hey, sorry. I'll just take you off the screen, man. Like, your fingers look like a nutsack on the screen.
Well,
so just
I'll shut the camera off too. I'm playing in a full one-day baseball tournament for the Special Olympics tomorrow, and it's supposed to rain. So the guy running the tournament just sent me a big, long message as just a precaution. Keep your eyes open for the weather, maybe cancel this and that type thing. Yeah, sorry. It was just a message from the tournament.
Dude, today, beautiful. Almost 60 degrees here already.
Yeah.
Goes quick. Gorgeous. Wind comes out of nowhere. It's just like gusting wind. That's why I was like, well, I'm not going to be outside chilling. Like, here, let me see. I'll show you a couple of the photos from I was kind of taunting people that lived on the West Coast because, or the East Coast a little bit. So I was doing a little, let's see. Yeah, here. Check this out. With I'll share this with the masses. We're still 0-0, but It's all been Vegas. Okay. Can I channel it?
11 shots to 2.
5 games in Edmonton, a 219 goals against and a 934 save percentage in the first playoff action of his career. Then a backup in Arizona and San Jose. And they've had injuries to their top goalies all year.
Here, I'll play this.
All have won at least 2 games. Logan Thompson, the starter at the beginning of the year, was outstanding at All-Star as a rookie, but he got hurt right around the.
Okay, I don't know if you can hear this.
One thing about living on the West Coast, way West Coast, Alaska, these triple overtime games are easy as pie. We chill.
Yeah, you can see how light it is. That's 8:30 at night. So,
Yeah.
What do you Cats think? You think Cats Gold Knights in the finals? Can't count out the Cats. They sure surprised me. I'll tell you right now. I heard Sammy McKee say it today. I'm sure you did too. I think the Cats are winning. I just think they're underdog. They are playing with so much house money. It just feels like, this is starting to feel like the Capitals 2018 run where they're like, yeah, they got by Columbus, but there's no way they beat Pittsburgh. They never beat Pittsburgh. They've only beat Pittsburgh one other time in the playoffs. They beat Pittsburgh. Yeah, they beat Pittsburgh, but they're not going to beat this domination of this Tampa Bay. It's a dynasty in the making, which it was. Nope, they beat them. And they got down 3-2 in that series. And then, they're not going to win in the finals against this Vegas team, which wouldn't that be crazy if it's Vegas and they win? And it'll feel just like the 28. They'll make so many comparisons to the 2018 Caps after this is over.
Mm-hmm.
Thing
is, Florida's beating Carolina at their own game. Like they want to play the chip around and shut it down game and not score for 3 periods. We're good with that too. Our goalie's going to go up against your goalie. Our forecheck will go up against.
They play the same game. They play the same game. It's just Carolina is in the most structured defensive system I've ever seen. The only thing I've seen better than what I've seen Carolina run is no bullshit Quinnipiac this year. Their defensive system was so good at the national championship, and they beat Michigan and Minnesota. And I'm just telling you, they were awesome. It was probably the coolest hockey. I've gotten so excited about it. I don't know if you see the message from Perlo. He's coming in a second.
Yep.
Sal says, I agree. Maurice is a great coach and leading the team. You know what he reminds me of? He's like the guy. He's just, he's failed so long. He was ready to give it up. I heard by all accounts he was just going to go fishing and be retired. And he gets the opportunity and he's just like, fuck it. Like, I got, nothing to lose. I wasn't going to win. And they win. And this is the year. And he wins. And I honestly couldn't be happier for the guy. There's something about him I like. And now he's just like this old poet instead of this stressed out coach. He's just like, he's got everything figured out because he's seen it all and done it all, right? I mean, the guy's, I think he's in his 60s. He was a very young coach with Carolina when they went to the Cup Finals in 2002. That makes it so crazy, too, because remember, he could never get over the hump with that team, and they fired him. And then Laviolette, wins the Cup the next year with that team, and I always felt like, oh, man. Well, you got Buck Showalter. You know what I'm saying? Buck Showalter is a Major League Baseball manager that currently manages the Mets. And he's been fired from 2 or 3 teams the next year the teams win the World Series. Mm-hmm. Happened with the Yankees. He was the Yankees manager in 95. They lose to the Mariners, which I'll remember because that's our regional team up here, kind of, even though I'm a Dodgers fan. We just hear a lot of Mariners games and stuff. So, yep. Gets fired. Joe Torre comes in. They win 4 straight World Series or something. They win 5 in 8 years or something. So pretty crazy. And then I think he was with Texas Rangers. He got fired. Ron Wash. They didn't win the World Series. They lost in the World Series. But it's one other time It's happened to him. I can't think he's managed all over. So again, Vegas dominating. They're in Dallas's end quite a bit. This was my fear with Dallas. I like their team. I just don't think they can match Vegas's depth. I think Vegas is so deep, as a team, and really Vegas defensively is so good. When you have that back end with Petro, Martinez, and then you throw in, in my opinion, the game's defensive winger out there, you could not tell me that Mark Stone is not better than Mitch Marner just because of how big and strong he is, right? I love Mitch Marner, and he might win the Selke this year, and I think you should give fair consideration. It'll be Bergeron. They'll give it to Bergeron, and then eventually that award will be turned into his name, but
what Vegas reminds me of, and you might see it in this series against Dallas, is Vegas is almost like Seattle with a better defense core. Deep four-line team, good speed. They're going to come at Dallas, and it's going to be like that same series.
And they're not super strong up the middle past Eichel. Like, I like Beniers, but he's 4 probably years away from being his apex predator center that he's capable of, and he's gonna be a Selke Lady Bing guy. I mean, he had 1 penalty this whole year, and I watched him play. He's all over it. So, they called a penalty on interference on Ben or
on Stone.
I don't think he likes the penalty. Neutral zone infraction, never good. Let's see. That's pretty soft.
Yeah.
Especially given who dropped the stick. I think that's a Jamie Benn letting it go. But Stone didn't really cry about it. Honestly, dude, Dallas needed something because they have had much of nothing.
How opportunistic here! Dallas gets a power play goal. Man.
If this is where Dallas has to beat Vegas. They have to score on the power play, and they have to make them pay. And if they don't, they don't win. I mean, it sucks that Stone is the guy that's in your box because he's out there probably killing the penalty. But good save. Didn't get it all the way down, but they got half change. Oh, that's offsides. That looked offsides to me. Well, they still didn't get it down. Well, Heiskanen, man. So I have 6:43 left. I will pop up the score. Let's see. Banners. Let's edit it. Vegas has carried the play, but the first power play of the night goes to
A little better after this game.
Huh?
You would think Dallas would have an advantage if it's a special team series. They're in the top 5.
So you got to be close to them killing that penalty, I'm guessing.
I'm at 5:55. 34 seconds left in penalty.
Okay, you're only about 5 or 6 seconds ahead of me then. It's gonna vary, I guess.
Yeah, wait till Perlo comes on. Perlo's a little quicker. He's got his freaking TV wired right into the wall or to the telephone pole or something.
Yeah, if he's okay. If he's using like cable or satellite, it's gonna be faster. Also, I've noticed like if I'm on the West Coast and you're on the East Coast, there'll be a delay. It depends on where the signal's coming from. Now here, this is like they're playing in Vegas. So I noticed like with other streams, like if it was a West Coast game, oh wow, he got about 5 whacks in way after the whistle. So what do you got? I got 5:45 with 24 seconds left.
Same.
Okay. All right, so we're right there. There was a big
Yeah,
stoppage in play. I don't think Petro liked that either. He got
the
up.
puck was right on his pad. You saw the puck the whole time.
He did. You could see the puck. The ref could see it. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That was a nice pass to Johnston too, man. That kid is. Yeah. That's a way good save by Hill, man. All right, they're back on DAL. Only about 15 seconds left in this power play for the Dallas Stars. Turnover by Dadnoff. Dadnoff gets it back, fights for it, dumps it down to Domi. Domi wrap around to Dadnoff. Dadnoff in the corner, skates freely away, but the power play is basically over. Yep, and I think here we go. Yep, Stone 2-on-1. 2-on-1 with Chandler, Stevenson, and Stone. Oh, you got to score there. You got to score, and that's a dagger. Oh, and then Wyatt Johnson gets a really good shot on the way back on the turnaround. Man, you got to score there, Rico? And you got to get that puck over to Stevenson, man.
I needed that goal too.
That shot, open up that defender just a little bit, and oh man, dude, what a missed opportunity for the Vegas goal. How many times do you see in the regular season too? Like, dude goes, yeah, I'm gonna mute these cool, so I'm not talking. Dude goes like kills the penalty, guy comes out of the box, they hit him for a goal. Like it happens so many times in a season. And that was just and you catch him with that. I mean, that's so many teams train for that now, right? Like if you have a great PK, it's a great way to win games,
That puck usually goes in.
That has to be in the back of the net, man. And I don't think he tested Ottinger all that much. You got to get that over to Stevenson on a 2-on-1 too. Unless you catch the goalie, like you do the fake shot and he moves to the left, like or in this case, it moves to the right to stop a shot from Stevenson, and then you bury it short side. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we complicate this shit too much sometimes too, right? Like just sling it. So. Yeah. Anyway, so you have Vegas in this series. They look like the better team right now. So we'll see. We got Emily Kaplan talking to Peter DeBoer. Dude, the storylines in this. So Rod Brindamore was coached by Paul Maurice when they went to the Cup Finals. The first time in 2002, and Maurice was with Carolina for a long time, so there's
Eric
history
Stahl won a cup there with him.
What?
Eric Stahl won a cup with Maurice, and now he's playing with
Eric
Jordan.
Stahl and Mark Stahl are playing Jordan Stahl. Mark hasn't won a cup, which again, he'd be a guy who'd be like, oh, all the Stahl brothers got cups, man, except for Jared. Excuse me, Jared's the one that coaches. It's Jordan and Eric. I said Jared, didn't I? But I meant Jordan.
No, Jared's actually the fourth brother.
Yeah,
he's the
coach for the Charlotte. He's like an assistant coach for the Charlotte Checkers or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Little wraparound attempt. Ottinger's look sharp. Now it's like, dude, 14-12 Dallas. But I think Dallas, they got their shot total up on that power play. And Vegas was not great on the PK this year, but they played like 2/3 of the season without Mark Stone. So to me, those numbers are stupid. Like, just throw that shit out with Vegas. All their regular season numbers are going to mean nothing. Their PK is going to be so much better in the playoffs just because of Mark Stone. You can say, well, one guy doesn't make a PK. Oh, yeah. Ask Pavel Datsyuk that one. There's no way. You can have a great defender will change a whole team's dynamic. The one thing I'd say about Vegas that I thought they were weak against Edmonton was in the face-off circle. And that might be one they lose here against Dallas. Dallas does seem like they're a good face-off team and stuff. So, and I know people are like, oh, it doesn't make a difference. I go, well, controlling the puck doesn't make a difference. I don't know. I mean, you can't score if you don't have the puck. So
Your buddy's in the penalty box again.
another penalty for Vegas. Dude, what in the fuck are we doing here? Yeah, Cassidy looks not happy. But is it a bad call or is it a bad slash? Oh, you gotta be shitting me. That is not a slash. That's a stick tap. What are we doing? That's a shitty call. Just call it what it is, Ray Ferraro. Oh my God. What an awful call. And to be like, the only reason Dallas has been in this game at all is their power play. And, you know, I don't know. If you're Vegas and you're carrying the play that much in the offensive zone and you're like, oh, and Dallas didn't take a penalty? I don't know. Least penalized team in the NHL this year was the Vegas Golden Knights. That seems sussy. I'm not a fan of that call. That one that was cheapy.
No.
Dude, last night, goal on that first one or no goal? I'd say goal. I don't know how that was. I've seen a goalie get taken out this year.
Yeah.
And they counted the goal. This one, the guy's obviously pushed by the defender. Their skates barely touch. If he's not going the wrong way, they don't even touch. So to me, Anderson read the play wrong anyway because he got beat short side by Lomberg, which I felt bad for Lomberg because he's a fourth line guy, but that to me was a goal. And I saw a lot of people like saying it wasn't a goal. I was like, no, that was a goal. Like there's no way Colin White could have got out of the way because he was pushed there by Drury. If he's not pushed there by Drury, he's not even in the crease. They don't even make contact. And I still think Anderson misreads the play. Watch, he goes to his right hard, hits White's skate, but the puck was already going to the left. So he misread it. I don't know, man. I thought it was a bad call. And you know what? 5 overtimes, I was like, serves you right if you'd have just called it a goal in the first place. So, I mean, it didn't change the outcome of the series. I did say, though, after we got to like triple overtime, I said whoever wins this is going to win the series. This is the series right here. I don't care what Brendan Moore says, just another game. No, it's not another game. You just played 2.5 games basically in one night and you lost. So
yeah, I remember that wasn't the first time Anderson was out of position too. Remember we was on the wrong side of the net and Montour just fired at him and hit him right in the mask.
Well, yeah, and then they hit, you know, I heard a lot of people go, oh, Carolina hit a bunch of posts. Yeah, so did the freaking Florida Panthers. Yeah. They hit the post too. So I wore the Rat King shirt today. I wore
at the beginning of that game. Florida came out firing.
I wore the Rat King. That's for Chicklets too. Yeah, I wore the Rat King. Dude, that Matthew Tkachuk goal was nasty. And then he was like, get off the ice before they can try to review this shit. You know? Dude, I know a lot of – I couldn't believe – I was like, oh, I told my wife, I said with a minute left, I go, we're getting a 5th overtime. And then less than 14 seconds left, he scores. I'm like, woo!
Yeah,
I really don't have to talk about that. I like all 4 teams. So, like, I don't really hate Carolina. I mean, they beat the Caps pretty bad this year in the outdoor game. It was kind of a mercy killing. That was definitely the indicator, I think, for the Caps. Honestly, you know what, Carolina fans, if you listen to this or you watch this, thank you. Because if it wasn't for that drubbing you guys gave us in the Stadium Series, GM Brian McClellan would have been sitting on that team being like, yeah, we still got a chance for a cup, and and we wouldn't have got Rasmus Sandin, and here we go, Howden. Oh, he just made one too many. Just throw it on the net, bro. Just throw it on the net. Like, you're going towards the net, and there's no one there. You force a pass across ice to nobody. Throw it on the net, right? Am I wrong on this one, Rico? Just throw it at the net. The goalie might misplay it, then it slides in. You know, he's already panicking because you had like a 3-on-2. I mean, I don't get it, man. Like, come on. That was Howden. He got that
Anytime
breakaway
you
chance.
get a chance to get the first goal of the game, especially in a game the way this is going, man, you got to get that.
You're not getting if you don't put traffic in front of Ottinger, he's going to save everything. He's going to save everything. I mean, to me, he didn't even out goaltend Grubauer. I thought Grubauer was the better goalie in that series. And speaking of which, I got a New Jersey. I thought they canceled it, and but it came in. So I got a Yanni Gourde white cracking.
Oh, that's sweet.
I'm trying to get as many of these Adidas ones because I just don't know what the quality is going to be, you know.
Offensive zone face-off for the Golden Knights with a minute 58 to go in a scoreless first period.
All right. 15-12 in shots, it says. But Dallas has had 2 power plays. That last one was chintzy. And I wasn't that big a fan of the Mark Stone one either. If I'm Cassidy, I'm letting this. I don't like this officiating crew. I can't remember who they are, but they're one of my least favorite. I actually like Steve Kazari, and I thought he bungled it last night with that overtime goal. I just thought, Steve, you know that wasn't enough contact there. That goalie read the play wrong. They should have looked at that more. I don't care what Toronto said, and they're gonna regret that. Oh, I might have gotten it. Yeah, we are on now. Yes. Come on, you can.
Pavelski had 8 goals in that series against Seattle, including 4 in game 1 to set the tone. Hits down low, he scores.
Oh, Rupe Hance with less than him. So that fucks you on your first bet, huh? You needed Vegas.
Dallas has the lead. The first goal of the series. Robertson.
That was all. Robertson needed to score, but that was all because of those power plays. Wore Vegas down in the first. Because that, if you replay this whole thing, this is that deserve to win-o-meter thing, right? Oh, he fanned on it there, 19. Yeah, Riley Smith, if he gets the puck, that was just
man, talk about somebody who needed to
top
score.
line out too, man. That's with Martinez, Petrolangelo, Mark Stone. That's you better get one back there. Yeah, all right. Maybe this is the confidence Dallas needs. So Tipper said he didn't bat an eye the other day. He said it's going to be Dallas and Florida. Like, he didn't bat an eye. He said it'll be Dallas and Florida in the playoffs. Like a couple days ago, real nonchalantly. Like, guarantee it. I wonder if he knows something we don't know. You know what I'm saying, with the coaching or something.
Mm-hmm. Well, they got the best 2 goalies left.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. And, it's like people forgot Bobrovsky won 2 Vezinas. Like the dude was one of the best goalies in the NHL for like a 10-year stretch. That's why he got $10 million. And honestly, dude, we now know, like, it's proven Corsi, that whole thing was established by Jim Corsi, a goaltending coach for the Sabres or somebody, I can't remember, but it's like to count the numbers of shots and stuff. So it's just crazy.
Yeah. I mean, Florida was a pretty good team 2 years ago. Then get rid of Huberdeau and a couple people, bring in Tkachuk. And
Mike McKenna says, wow, T-Mobile Arena just cost Vegas a goal in the Stanley Cup with a bad bounce due to poorly installed boards. So that bounce is what he's blaming that goal on. Okay, we got PK is never wearing anything normal on the thing. He's wearing a purple 2-piece tracksuit, but I think it's made of leather. So if you are into those leather tracksuits, purple and white, for the great. They don't have really. I mean, the Kings have purple in their colors, but we really don't have a purple team, in hockey. That's kind of the missing color from the hockey palette of jerseys, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I got to edit this. Okay, so we're at commercial break. I got to say, I don't know what, that was one of those classic periods like with the Leafs this year where you're like, how are they beating Tampa again? You know what I'm saying? Let me edit this too. God, I'm terrible. All right. Game 1. All right, here we go.
One sec.
All right, we got somebody here. I'm gonna. Oh, okay. Sal, Google or Twitter it. I'll try to find. I'll try to get a shot of it. I'll try to show you guys this stream. No, I like PK, man. I'm a fan of him. I feel like he's done nothing but bring awesome light to the game of hockey. Yeah, let's see if I can get it. I was hoping it was trending. Yeah, actually, purple's a good color for him. I see a couple suits. I see one where he's dressed up like Prince from the Dave Chappelle skit. Game blouses. Remember that one? Charlie Murphy's E True Hollywood. Did you watch those?
No.
Oh my God. I don't know if they have Chappelle Show on a streaming service in Canada, but some of Dave Chappelle's early stuff on that is so funny, dude. It is so good. And it is some of it's so not correct. Like the Wayne Brady one is so good. He goes out with Wayne. You know who Wayne Brady is? Guy from yeah. Anyway, everybody's like, so he goes out on the town with Wayne Brady, and he's like this psychopath like the whole time. And he's like describing a story of the time he went out with the worst Hollywood person, and it's Wayne Brady. And there's this line, does Wayne Brady got to smack a bitch? Like he's got a hose and stuff. It's so funny.
Oh, geez.
It's one of them. I'm telling you, man, a lot of that stuff's probably not PC anymore, but it's so hilarious. Oh, TCB Sal says it's on Netflix for you guys in Canada.
Okay.
Because you guys have different, even my Netflix is different. Like if you came here, a lot of your devices wouldn't let you log in unless you had a VPN. Like if you're trying to get on your like Sportsnet mobile. I'll just take a picture of PK here and show the chat. Okay, here we go. All right, PK. All right. Okay, let's see if it's sunk up with my thing, and I'll just show the photo. Okay. Yeah, so I took a couple shots after the fact. And we still had about an hour of daylight. So that game wasn't that long for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's syncing the iCloud, so I want to show the chat. We can vote on PK's outfit, yay or nay. Dude, we've been streaming for an hour. It feels like 5 minutes. That period went by quick. You know?
True.
That was a fast period, even with the crappy ass calls they gave Dallas. So, well, we'll see. I'm not worried about Vegas, though. I still just think this is their series to lose. I just like Edmonton to me was that wild horse, the X factor in the West. I actually thought if the Kings beat them, they could go on a run to the finals. I thought that team had enough depth and scoring and like no superstars, but dude, like when they won cups, they didn't have superstars. I mean, Doughty kind of, and then Quick in the playoffs is a superstar, but it's like, so let me see if I I'll just put it up to the camera. Okay. Let's see if you can you see that? Let's see. Okay. Can you see what he's wearing?
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Yeah. And he's got the pants. I didn't get him standing. He was standing.
He looks like somebody would be sitting in the front row at a 1985 Lakers game.
Yeah. No, that's an accurate depiction of what he's wearing. I agree. So, I think Boucher's on this call too with maybe. I don't know. Or he's somewhere. I'm not. Oh no, he's in the studio there with him. They didn't want 5 at the table because they think it looks crowded, and I agree. I think 5 at a table does look crowded. They always bring in extra. So John Cooper is going to be on this next TNT broadcast. They brought him in.
Who is it, sir?
What?
Who they bring in?
John Cooper.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, they had Hank Lundqvist. He was brilliant. He was so good. So they had Gretzky, Biz, Liam, Anson Carter, and Henrik Lundqvist last night. And Henrik Lundqvist did not change a bit. He looks Biz is like, when is this game gonna end? It's like, and Gretzky, you could tell he was like, what the fuck did I sign up for? I'm sitting here on this 5 overtime game. And he even said that was a good call and the goal being waved off. I bet you he regretted that shit. Even Biz said that too. He was like, yep, bet you wish you guys called that a goal. And we got Perlo in. Hey, what's up, Perlo?
How you doing? Oh, what the heck?
Good, man. We're just bullshitting watching this game. This is just informal. I'm sometimes doing play-by-play, but we're just kind of bullshitting and talking. So we got to talk about this Leafs thing, man. And I listened to the entire Shanahan conversation today with the media, and he was very forefront. And it basically was like, yeah, Kyle tried to get more money, and we said no, and we're going to move in a different direction. Is what I got from that press conference in a nutshell. What do you think, Phil?
Well, I mean, is that what he said in a nutshell?
Yeah, I mean, he basically, so Perlo, this is crazy. And I listened to like big time.
I got to listen to it. I haven't listened to it, but okay, I'll take your word for it.
Let me just tell you, like big time hockey reporters were like, I can't believe he told us this much. Like what Steve Dangle and Adam Wild, they're like, wow, we got a lot of information. So like, and I was hearing it like Kiprios was going off today on his show about it. Like, basically, I'll just summarize what Shanahan said. Dubas had a contract extension offered. Then he came out Monday. I think what he said Monday caught the whole entire organization off guard. And Shanahan says as much and said basically that statement, not in so many words, changed his mind about bringing Kyle back. And then I think Kyle decided he was ready to come back because he gave him that, the speech on Monday. Wednesday, I think he was like, yeah, I'm ready to go. I talked with the family or whatever. And Shanahan, I think, was like, no, I'm not sure. But they got an offer from the agent that was more than, I think, the original offer. And so I think Shanahan.
So Dubas is heading off somewhere else most likely then. Right?
Well, yeah, he obviously, I'm guessing that he had, I'm going to pop this on and try out the new hat. I'm guessing that for his negotiation, he had an offer from a prospective team. But what prospective team is going to, I mean, who out there is going to hire him? Calgary?
Anaheim.
Pittsburgh.
Anaheim has Pat Verbeek.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to be a general manager. He can be a
The
director of
president of
player
hockey
development.
ops?
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah. That's what it
Maybe.
feels like to me. When you first said it, that's the first thing I thought of.
Oh, you
because-
think Anaheim? Okay.
because they're a very progressive organization, or they're wanting to go that way, and he sees things in different ways. It was a bad situation. Now that I think about it, with him and Shanahan. Shanahan's like an old school, beat the crap out of him.
But
type
Shanahan's
guy.
the one that hired him. Sal's saying Pittsburgh, and I've heard that a bunch, Sal.
That could be too. I could see that. I could
yeah.
see that. It's
You know who I
that's
heard
a really
today
good suggestion. Yeah.
was
That's a
the
really
front runner for them. Was
Pittsburgh doesn't have a GM right now.
Chayka's coming back.
I heard he was the front runner for the Pittsburgh job.
Well, I've heard many things, so it's hard to say. But
You know that they're
what did
run
Rico?
by that.
What do you say, Rico? Where does he go?
I was saying Pittsburgh. As soon as he asked a question, I replied with Pittsburgh. That's my first choice.
I just
There's
can't
nobody-
see Pittsburgh being that progressive. I mean,
There's
it would
just
be the
obvious
good-
needs in Pittsburgh, and the number one need in Pittsburgh is a goaltender. That's what they need. They need a goalie. What about
Oh,
Connor
for sure.
Hellebuck?
No doubt.
They're going to
No,
sign Tampa.
well, you can subscribe to me right now, and I just did a Hellebuck video where he's one of the places he was traded to was Pittsburgh.
You got your links in your site, Perlo, for your videos.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah.
So
I
if they
got
go
my
to
links there.
BPWO picks, they can find your.
Oh,
Is
this
that-
is the wrong channel. I came in on the wrong channel. No, it's not this one. No, it's my other channel, but I came in on the wrong channel. But
Well,
it
you
doesn't
can
matter.
edit your name. You can edit your name, and I'll.
But you can. All you got to do is search. All you got to do is go on Twitter. There, right there.
No,
That's
Perlo,
easy
I'll
to use.
drop the dude. You came on my show. I'm gonna do something for you. I will drop the link to the video in the chat so people can.
Okay,
click it.
that's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pittsburgh was one of the places. I agree with you. Like that makes a lot of sense.
Who else
Sure.
needs a? I think Islanders might be looking too.
For
GM.
they just gave Lamb. They just extended him.
Dude, isn't he like 84 years old?
Yeah,
Aren't they-
something. He's not. He'll just die.
He'll die
just
in the
die.
freaking GM box.
Let's see.
Yeah, he'll be in the GM box and he'll just.
Yeah, Sal, it's a Caps hat. I just got another Caps hat in. I wanted one of these old logo Caps hats to go with the. I just like the black. I've never been a big fan of the red. The
Yeah,
black
that's
and
much- Yeah, I agree with you. I don't like the red either. That's much nicer.
but that's
than
their original colors. They were red, white, and blue, their original colors from the 70s and stuff. So
Yeah,
like I like those jerseys and stuff, and I'm kind of glad they went back, but I'm not the biggest fan of the Weagle. I like this one. I think the reverse retro is my favorite hockey jersey of all time, like any jersey. So
yeah,
I got
yeah,
a couple
like-
more actually since you guys last came on. You didn't see the Yanni Gord earlier in the stream, but I did get a Yanni Gord.
Seattle. Nice.
Yeah. I'm gonna be a big time. How about Lady Liberty? You like that one?
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah.
Yager, that's
Yeah.
my wife's favorite player. So I basically you saw the
Oh, that's
beer
funny.
day. I didn't
My wife's favorite player is Crosby. So same team.
That Bure jersey is one of my favorite jerseys of all time.
I love this one, man. It's such a
Yeah.
good one. And you know what? Like
I
I
love
said,
the suit. I love that logo. I love that jersey from the Canucks.
you know what one I love that is kind of one of my childhood ones, and one of the reasons I like Doug Gilmour is because I have family that were fans of this team. I like this one. I think this is one of the nicest, slickest looking. Here we go, get a little Leafs legend, Doug Gilmour.
The Calgary Gilmore.
Yeah, I love that one. And
1989, Doug Gilmour.
even though they didn't play well this year in the game, I do like the Cavs Stadium Series jersey. I thought
Really? You like that?
Yeah, it looks so much nicer when you see it in person too. The eagle has. Look at the definition in the eagle. I don't know. And the numbers are simple, man. Sometimes it's nice to be able to see the players' names easier, you know.
So you like the Capitals jersey when Ovechkin came into the league? That's the Caps jersey you like?
Well, no, it's this one from the reverse retro this year. I got it. I'll show you. Oh, not this one. Not this one. Hold on.
My favorite jersey, and obviously my favorite hat will always be the Hartford Whalers. The Hartford Whalers are my fave ever. That's why I wear it.
You guys ever see? Oh yeah. That's the logo when Ovechkin came into the league. I think
No, but they didn't play in black. So yeah, so they did. Okay, hold on.
When Ovechkin did that,
this was the black jerseys logo, though, right? So that was the shoulder logo. This was the white. This is Steve Konowalchuk. So this was the away, and this was the home, or vice versa. But you can see they didn't ever do it with this eagle, which is my favorite, with this goal, with this lettering and stuff. This is a pro player, I think. Oh, CCM. Yeah, and this is just a vintage CCM. So,
Konowalchuk was a great player.
I
forgot
Konowalchuk.
Who would you compare?
Peter Bondra.
Who would you compare Konowalchuk to today? Nichushkin? Something like that? Konowalchuk. I don't think he's got quite the.
I think he's a little shorter than
Konowalchuk was a beast, man.
He's a big guy.
He wasn't as tall, I don't think. Konowalchuk, was he?
There's Sal. Sal says, "Nice Gilmore Flames jersey." Thank you, Sal. I was at the Stanley Cup game in the Forum in '89. Lanny and the boys beat the Habs. Standing room cost me $15. Oh my God! How many people in the hockey world were so happy that year the Calgary Flames won because Lanny McDonald got a Stanley Cup, right?
And he scored a big goal in Montreal in that series. I remember he silenced the Forum with one of his goals he scored in that series, late in the series, I believe.
You can't see it, but above the Gilmore jersey is a signed Lanny McDonald hockey stick from the Hall of Fame. It says Lanny McDonald Hall of Fame. My wife is a huge Lanny McDonald fan, and a lot of Alaskan kids love a lot of these old Canadian legends because, like, Gomez's favorite player was Gilmore, like mine. And Gomez is like 4 or 5 years younger than me. So, like, I was pretty young when I started watching Gilmore play in the night. I mean, I'm old, but like 93, I was not that old. So, you know, we're back underway on the second, by the way, everybody that's in here. We got Sal and probably Sal and my wife, and it's probably that, you know, maybe some other silent partner friend, but we're not selling out the stadium, but who cares?
That's okay. Yeah.
Perlo, I don't know if you got to watch any of it, but Vegas dominated the first. They got 2 chintzy penalties. The second one should not have been called.
I watched some of it. I could tell they were dominating, and then Dallas just got
Well, they got some cheap calls, and they got right back in the game is what happened.
I had Vegas money line in the first period.
Yeah, so did our boy Rico.
And I had under 1.5 first period, so that made up for that. But now I need Vegas to win full game. I have them full game too. I think they just have a better system. I don't know if it would have been. It was actually very wise that I took them in this game, the first game, because Vegas, like Carolina, they're going to feel the other team out. You know, so that's why
Carolina lost that game last night. Perlo they got handed a couple power plays in that game, and especially in like quadruple overtime. I was like, nah, that's not a call. I was like, not in quadruple overtime, and still Florida won that game. So I don't know, man. I feel like Florida's gonna beat them now. It just feels like people keep counting Florida out, and they just keep
Carolina outplayed them a lot of the game, though.
I disagree. I watched that game. I do not agree. I think Carolina had 10 turnovers to like Florida's 1.
Yeah, that's okay because that's the way Carolina plays. Turnovers aren't all that big of a deal. Turnovers aren't that big of a deal.
Carolina outplayed them. I thought The first and
They
second
were out
period
shooting them
largely-
too. The
yeah, who
third,
cares? Out shooting means nothing to me.
yeah, but it was out shooting them in a way that was.
But by the end of that game,
feeling
Perlo,
them out.
the shots were pretty close, like 56-50.
Yeah, they died out because Florida had more rest. Made sense. They
They
needed to
both
keep.
won, what are you talking about? Florida had more rest. They both won their games in 5 games. Like
Yeah.
neither of those teams could say anything about rest.
I think Florida. How did that work? Florida had
No,
2
they
games.
both finished their series in 5 games.
No.
They both had plenty of rest. In fact, didn't Carolina end their series before Florida beat the Leafs? Yes. So that argument is bullshit.
Is that right? Is that
Yes. Yes. It didn't matter because they both won in 5 games. They both sat for a week. They
Yeah.
both had the same amount of time off.
true? Florida. Well, it'll be interesting to see if Florida will be able to keep up that pace for the next game. I'm saying that.
Are you the
Wait a
team?
sec,
I
just
think
wait,
has got to
just
keep
wait.
up the pace is the Carolina.
Just wait. You're not finished. Florida gave everything they had yesterday to keep up that pace that they kept up. Carolina is a team that paces themselves throughout a series. They're not going to play like that, and they know Florida is not going to be able to keep up that pace for 7 games. So if you're going to do this, that's fine. We'll give you a game in the first one. You want to play balls out in the first game? We'll give it to you. Watch, man. Watch. Florida can't keep up that pace forever. They can't. They can't play like that forever. They can't.
We'll see.
You got to pace yourself through a series, and they're not pacing themselves. But if they do manage to keep up that pace all the way through, man, you're a god. I'll bow down to you. But I don't
know how you don't think they're winning this series outright now after last night's win.
No,
To me,
I don't see that at all. I see the Carolina team decided in a way that we're going to win, kinda. But if you want to go this pace, then we'll keep up with you to a certain degree. But we're going to
I
pace
saw
ourselves.
Florida dominate them on the forecheck.
Yeah, Carolina let him burn himself out.
Really, I thought
they came out on fire.
the one thing that Florida has to figure out, though, is their power play is not great, and they've got to capitalize on the chances that they're given because they're probably going to take the lion's share of the penalties.
Florida's an aggressive forechecking team that has to play balls out to win. They have to. If they run out of gas, they're screwed. So in the first game, Florida's probably not going to run out of gas. But if you're going to keep that up over and over and over again, I find it highly unlikely. Highly unlikely you can play the way they play. Same as the Edmonton Oilers are the same reason. Same thing.
Well, they're a one-line hockey team that was playing their top guys 25 minutes. When have you ever seen a forward that's on a Stanley Cup winning team, whether it's Gretzky, Crosby, and they're upwards of almost a half hour a game? It's just not the case.
See, that's the other thing is Florida's going to have to play their top D too much too. They're playing Montour.
I saw Mark Stahl on the ice a lot.
No, but not as much as you saw the 5-6 of.
No, Mark Stahl's playing top 4 for them, homie.
No, what I'm saying is, Mark Stahl. Okay, whatever. He's going to burn out. The guy's 38 years old.
Well,
what I'm
everybody
saying
thought he was done before this year. He looks pretty good to them. I'll be honest with you, Perlo. You're looking at a different game. I think you have a biased lens on this one or something because
I'm just saying what I'm saying.
Now, I saw the Florida look better to me.
Yes, they did, but it was only one game, and they're not going to win like that every game. Is what I'm trying to tell you. They look better, of course they did, but they're not going to win like that every game. That's what I said.
I want to talk about tonight's game more, and we can talk a little bit about some other things. But I'll just say, let's just wait and see where this series goes because Carolina hadn't lost a game on home ice in 3 years.
No, Florida went balls out that game. Balls out.
Yeah,
no doubt about it.
I watched every bit of it, and they looked like the better team for 5
periods. because they went balls out. That's why.
Did you know the only guy not to have a shot on goal in that game was Paul Stastny? He played over 24 minutes, and he never got a shot.
Well, he had not for a lack of trying, not for a lack of trying, though. He had a couple. He was in some offensive zone situations. That Carolina team has just a lot of old school vets on there, like Derek Stepan and Stastny, that are just sneaky on there. You're like, what?
Bottom 4 guys, yeah.
That's
or the
bottom.
Oh my God, Vegas squandered another good scoring chance, man.
Yeah.
They should have 3 or 4 goals in this game. Am I wrong?
No,
They had 2 breakaways.
I'm really impressed the way I took Vegas to win this series.
Oh my Lord.
I'm really impressed the way that Vegas is
Yeah.
playing. Cassidy has them.
I
playing-
want Vegas too. I would like to see Vegas, but as an American, it's hard not to root for Joe Pavelski.
Yeah,
so,
it's not who I'm
rooting.
rooting.
These 4 teams, I literally do not care.
I do. Vegas is my second team in the West, so I kind of like that. But I'm rooting for Vegas, and I think they're going to win just simply because I love the way Cassidy has this team playing, and Stone is my second favorite player in the league. So
their defensive, I think their depth and their defensive depth is just so much better than
the only
else.
thing is it's all about Ottinger against Hill, and I don't know this Sean Burke, their goaltender coach.
His name's getting mentioned in some of this Tubas stuff I heard. I think they would be stupid to bring anybody other than the assistant GM right now, and then just put him in on an interim basis, and they're going to do an extensive search, and then, and they or maybe not an interim basis because some big decisions have to be made, and they need to make them quick, really, because you have the draft coming up, right? So they probably got to trade Marner, Tavares, 1 or 2 of those guys if they're going to keep Nylander and Matthews, in my opinion. And I don't think they should overpay those guys at all. I think they overpaid them in the first place. And,
I've been doing some I've been doing some Marner trade stuff, and I'll tell you, I don't see the return. I don't think it's gonna.
I think somebody like Columbus, O'Sagan must have got hurt.
No, Columbus doesn't have anywhere near the cap space to do a move like that. There's no way they can do that. No way.
Well, they'd have to move Line would be part of the deal or something too, right?
Yeah. Well, why would you do that if you're Toronto? I don't see that.
Well, they need to cap space. You can get 2 good players like Kent Johnson and Line for the price of Marner. Maybe you do that.
Yeah, but I'm not doing that if I'm Columbus.
Oh yeah,
I'm not trading. I'm not trading Johnson.
But the reason why I brought them up, Perlo, I don't see I can't find your. Is it under shorts home?
What are you looking at? YouTube?
Your Hellebuck one, right? Yeah, you said you. Oh,
Perlo Wisdom. Search
Connor Hellebuck available from the Winnipeg Jets. Is that the one you were talking about, or?
Yeah, that sounds like it. Yeah.
Or what? Or the Marner one? Which one did we say? Let me do.
Hellebuck.
All right, I'm dropping the link to Perlo's video. Vernon, what's up, man?
Vernon used to go on my day show all the time when I used to do day
Vernon,
shows.
fellow Caps fan. Hey, Vernon, this hat came in today, bro. What do you think? Let me give you your. Hey, drop the link to Perlo's video on the Hellebuck trade. Check it out. Perlo, you're coming in crystal clear tonight. No problems with the computer or nothing.
I've got I bought a camera and I bought a light.
Oh, the camera's working. You got it going. Yeah, it looks good.
I bought a new camera and I bought a ring light. There's a ring light around it, and I blurred out the background.
The lighting's not terrible. You're probably a little bit overlit, but it's good. I can see you good.
I can turn it down.
Yeah, turn it down. You have a little bit too much light in your face. If you don't see it's really your preference, man.
Now that's actually fairly low. I have it about as low as it can go, actually.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's all right. Yeah, it's probably not completely dark there at Edmonton anyway, right? So,
no,
you got
lots of light, but it's having a hard time getting through the smoke because there's fires all over the place here.
Oh yeah, I heard about. Dude, so I was reading an article on this. Is interesting you brought that up. Like southeast of the U.S., like Alabama, Mississippi, were like getting smoke from Canadian fires because of the way the wind's going. It's like what?
Well,
yeah,
buddy.
So you guys are having fires, but the smoke is blowing all the way to the U.S.
Oh yeah. Yeah, not surprised. Now you have that many fires. It was we
Dude,
didn't have
it
enough.
must be super dry there, huh?
We don't have enough snow in the. We haven't been having enough snow.
Dude,
And
we got
then
over 100 inches this year.
although we have more than that, but it's still not enough for here. It's not enough for here. We're way down from what we usually do. I don't know if it was much more than that though. You get more snow and not as cold in Alaska.
Usually we don't get that much snow though. That's like, what do you got? What'd you get?
It's my birthday
Vladimir
tomorrow.
Guerrero socks.
My wife got me baseball socks, Vladimir Guerrero's.
Your wife bought you those?
It's my birthday tomorrow, yeah. So she got me Vladimir Guerrero's.
Oh, dude, sweet! Happy birthday, bro.
Thanks, buddy.
Nice.
Oh yeah, man. I gotta send you something or something.
I'm in a ball
your
tournament.
address. DM me your address and I'll Amazon you some cool leaf shit.
Cool, man.
Yeah,
I need-
DM me your address, Rico, and I'll send you some cool leaf stuff or something.
Ottinger's going off, dude.
Let me know if there's something you've been looking for too, like in your DM, like that's
right.
you know, in that sock price, you know.
I was gonna say a Stanley Cup, but
A 6. Oh yeah, I would love to do it for you, man. You know what? We're gonna see it. You know what, Rico? Though it's gonna be so cool. And Sal's saying happy birthday too. And I saw that, Vernon. Yeah, Cavs fan today, Cavs fan tomorrow, Cavs fan for life. Yep, the Capitals, baby. And I'm excited about their kind of rebuild on the fly. We'll see how that goes. It's gonna be fun. Oh shoot, I forgot I had the score up for you guys too. We'll throw the score back up. I'm gonna take the down. Don't need that up there. Bloop. Don't need to have Perlo's thing. Well, I guess he's kind of got a plan.
What's
Oh, just your background. I didn't want to take up your space, but you're not really showing anything, so it's not.
No, I'm just blurring the background. Makes it easier.
Okay, yeah, you can do the false. So that's cool, man. You got any special plans for the birthday or?
Yeah, I got a softball tournament for Special Olympics tomorrow. So we play our first game at 8 a.m. and then 11, then 1. So yeah, it's a full 1-day slow pitch tournament about 10 minutes from my house here.
Dude, that's awesome that you do that, man. That's so good. That's incredible. So people in the GTA area or Barrie area, where do they go? If the weather's good, where is it going to be?
Yeah, it's going to be at the Barrie Sports Complex in Springwater. It's about 10 minutes north of Barrie.
What time of day is it supposed to go on?
First game's at 8 a.m. Eastern, and the finals go at 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. So
Okay.
yeah, there's a
So
whack.
hopefully you're in the finals.
Hopefully we got a couple ringers on
Vegas,
the team. It's,
Vegas scored. Vegas scored.
Carlos a little bit ahead of us. Yep, we figured. Sweet.
Yeah.
It's I got Willie Carlson.
Oh, nice Carlson. Carlson, nice.
Yep, Willie Carlson on the side there. Yep.
I got
that was a great play. So hey, our buddy Vernon, since we're just BSing, yes, 1-1, baby. I'll change the score after. Vernon said that Jose Bautista home run versus Texas in the 2015 ALDS, one of the best moments in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, oh yeah. The bat.
Dude, I remember vividly watching the 92 World Series.
No, that wasn't the bat flip. That was
No, I know. I'm talking about earlier.
Yeah, earlier.
I don't have that Batista memory. Isn't that big a deal for me because that just happened like a few years ago. I was like in my 30s, right?
Yeah, you're talking about back when they won the pennant.
That 9-8 game when Mitch Williams and I think it was 9-8 or something. It was a 15-14. It was one of the craziest games I've ever seen. And the next game, Kurt Schilling pitched, and it was like 1-0. That was such a crazy World Series, man. Those Blue Jay teams were good too, man.
Oh yeah, they had some pretty fantastic players back then.
They picked up the right guys. They picked up the right guys at the deadline. Like you had Molitor and like Ricky Henderson 1 year. Like you had all these.
Henderson, yeah.
Game.
It was Ricky Henderson. Ricky,
John Olerud. Wasn't John Olerud on those teams?
yeah, he was pretty much done by then, though. When he
No,
got
that was early in his
That's his
career.
coming out party. That's his coming out party.
Yeah.
Oh
that
no,
was
that's
early in
right.
his career.
That's right. Sorry. Yeah, Olerud. Yeah, it was coming out. And then they kept him a little long. That's what it was.
Cito Gaston, man. How that guy never got another job in baseball. Oh, man, Vegas almost. Oh, did they get another one? Oh,
so
they're
close.
saying no goal. That looked like it crossed the line.
I don't know, but it's
Holy
been going on for quite some time still, so maybe they'll take a look at it.
Dude, why don't they have VAR technology for hockey? Like, everybody knows Morgan Riley scored that goal on
man.
It's like we all know it was in.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you have it in tennis. Why can't you have that chip in the puck that it tells you if it's over the line or not?
So Vernon, you don't have to answer, but are you a Blue Jays fan? He goes, I have a Colorado. I mean, if you have a Carlos Delgado jersey from the mid-2000s.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the Jays, I do like those Jays threads, though. Did we see a replay?
It didn't go over, no. It didn't go over.
Okay, here's the replay.
Yeah.
Delgado was a masher.
Oh, my God, dude. That was as good as in. If those two are 1 second late, that's in the back of the net.
All Vegas has to do here is not get down on themselves. They're getting a lot of chances. They're outplaying Dallas. They just got to not get frustrated and keep on playing, and they'll be fine. This is the reason why I took Vegas. Is I don't think Dallas has the structure of Vegas. Like Cassidy
they don't have the defensive depth either, though, don't you think, Perlo? I mean, I love Heiskanen. Probably one of the best defensemen in the league. Definitely.
Yes, right. No, you shouldn't be playing Suter 25 minutes. What are you doing? The guy's horrible. He's freaking horrible.
The score too,
That's the reason.
Hey,
what are you doing?
One thing about Perlo, if you guys don't know, just a PSA for the people joining, he's not afraid to share his opinions.
No.
And Ryan Suter is one of his favorite players to shit on.
Yeah, he was great when he was younger, but he's ass now. I'm sorry. It just is.
Yeah.
I don't shit on him personally. He's just a bad player. Like I said about Patrick Kane now. Patrick Kane's a legend. He sucks now. He's terrible.
Yeah, he's not great two-way. He's pretty much a liability two-way.
Not great two-way. He's pretty much a liability.
I think he was the worst in the league, actually.
Actually, yeah, for 2-3 years in a row.
But
like
statistically,
I literally saw that guy dive into the bench to make sure he didn't have to get in the defensive zone. I've literally seen him do that. So I think he's been not.
I mean, he's also, in fairness, Perlo, he's like 5'9", like 165 pounds.
I think he's hurting. I think he's been hurting for
Mitch
3
Marner.
years.
This is the thing we're talking about, Mitch Marner, right? What a great, quality, smart, intelligent.
Oh, absolutely. Mitch Marner is not the problem in Toronto.
No, but I'm saying like he's not going to out physical anybody, and he quite regularly gets pushed around.
Yeah,
I'm just saying he was invisible in the playoffs for a large
problem
stretch.
is he has nobody. They have nobody in their top 6 that will do that job. That's the problem.
Well, they definitely need
Marner does it better than Matthews and Nylander. He does it better than all of them. He at least puts an effort to win a battle.
Well, that's why I say that's the guy they have to trade.
Yeah,
because that's the guy that they could get the most value from.
Yeah, well, then just rebuild, because without Marner, you're screwed.
Well, who are you going to get rid of? You're going to get
rid of it. You get rid of Marner, get rid of everybody.
Got to keep 2 of the 4. Who you keeping? Marner and Matthews?
Marner and, I guess Matthews,
Yeah.
Marner, Matthews. Yeah. Nylander
Rico, you got to get rid of 2. Marner, Matthews.
Well,
we should
Tavares. You don't even count Tavares. There's nobody ever taking that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm putting Tavares in there because he makes $11 million. You have to get rid of him because
if you could find a way to get rid of Tavares, sure, yeah, absolutely, no doubt about it. I'm all over it if you can find a way. I mean, come on. But,
Clayton Keller.
It all depends who you bring in for that. What are you bringing in? Another right shot defenseman? Or what are you going to do with that extra money? Like, you better use it wisely because you need a lot more.
Well, you need 3 players for the price of Tavares, in my opinion. Now,
I was looking at options for Marner out there, and not that he's an amazing player. there's very few options at 11.5 million, and almost
You're gonna
doesn't
have to
matter who
get
the
2 or
player
3
is.
players, Perlo.
You know what?
That-
You know what
No,
I threw out there to Perlo the other day is I threw out Marner to Chicago and send him with Matt Murray for Seth Jones.
Yeah, I would hope that they have an analytics department and never ever ever do that, because Seth Jones is ass as well.
I knew we were going down this road. I knew
But the
this
thing is,
was coming.
He's
thing
terrible.
is, you're getting rid of Matt Murray too.
I'm gonna take a break for a second.
You're
guys.
getting rid of Matt Murray, but he's only signed for 1 more year. No, I wouldn't do that. You got to get more for Marner than that. I don't know.
Seth Jones
I looked
is
at.
bad?
I mean, Seth Jones is really bad, dude.
Is he?
He's really bad. He's been bad for a long time. It's really
Okay,
bad.
well maybe you
He's
need something else coming back with Seth.
He's nowhere near worth 10 million. Nowhere near it. He's worth maybe 4.5.
So who's better, Seth Jones or Darnell Nurse at that money they're signed to?
Oh, that's. I mean, you're splitting hairs there. One's just about as bad. I guess I would take Nurse over Jones. I would take Nurse, yeah. But I mean, it's not really. I don't want either for that price.
Too bad, man. Seth Jones is not bad defenseman. Is it just a product of his environment that he was playing in Chicago, or is he that bad?
No, he's diabolically bad defensively and has been for a very long time. Yeah. I mean, Tortorella. He drove Tortorella insane. He worked with him and worked with him and worked with him, and he became better, but he never became good enough. Not even close. And that's what Tortorella. And then as soon as he went to Chicago, he just stopped. He was like, "Thank God I don't have to listen to that asshole anymore, and I'm just going to fly up and down the ice." Yeah. So he loves it in Chicago because there's no expectation there whatsoever. Like, he can just show up. He's a beautiful skater. I mean, he's got all the physical tools and everything to be a fantastic defenseman, but he just won't play the game. He just wants to play like he would play in junior.
Well, he's going to have to change his game then, Perlo, because if he ever came to Toronto and he played with Morgan Riley, he can just work on just staying at home, stay at home, play a little bit up and down the ice and not have to worry about it.
He wouldn't do it for Tortorella. I mean, if Tortorella couldn't get it out of him, is anybody going to get it out of him?
Well, defensemen sometimes mature later in their age, too. You never know.
It's possible, but it's going to have to take a change of mind in him.
He's got a good hockey IQ.
He has all the tools to be an unbelievable defenseman. He has all the tools. Great shot, skating is beautiful, everything big, all that. But he doesn't have.
Hey, Perlo, you got to admit though, Seth Jones was fucking incredible in that series against the Leafs in the bubble for Columbus.
Maybe that's why I remember Seth Jones being a good player, because I haven't
so good in that, dude. He was, dude, and I'll tell you what, he's only like 28. I always think sometimes defensemen have to kind of go through. I think
that's what I just told.
Maybe, yeah, it could be. He could grow late mentally.
He's not old. He's like 28.
Yeah, you know? He's immature for 28. He's very immature.
No, I mean, Perlo, you remember the days where they didn't even bring the guy up until he was like 30 if he played.
Yeah, but it's a different era now. There's guys there's defensemen that are 24, 25 years old that are way more mature than Joe.
Because that's not normal, dude. That's not normal. He's 28. He's 28.
It's the way the league is. Most defensemen that make it in the NHL are way more mature than him. He's just so skilled physically that he gets away.
Chicago has a boatload of picks. So you send over Marner, you send over Matt Murray, you come back, Seth Jones, maybe 1 or 2 of those million picks that Chicago has coming back, so Toronto has a little bit of depth in their
you're going to get a third player in there, Rico, to get that kind of thing. I don't hate the trade, but here's the thing. Let me tell you this before. I've got Cap Friendly up. I can show you. Seth Jones is owed 9.5 for 5 more years.
Yeah, so they're
that
not.
Does help the Leafs
though,
because it's immediately it's a $1 million savings on Marner.
Yeah, that's not enough. So
but you need if I'm you guys, you need to do something like with Arizona trade Marner. Or maybe
Arizona
Marner
is not.
involved in the
I
third
thought
team.
about
You
that.
get
Kelly?
Keller, Schmaltz, like you get like
There's no
Aaron
Marner
Hayden,
will.
like you get 3 or 4 players that can play now.
Marner
Perlo, they
will.
need depth throughout their whole team, man. That's another problem. They don't have they did get a lot of stuff from their bottom 6 this year.
Right, but
actually.
it's not going to be the Coyotes. There's no way. In fact,
No.
did you hear that Keller refuses to play
That's
next year?
since Ben come out and said fake. His dad
Oh,
said
is
his
it?
yeah, his
okay,
dad said his
okay.
account was hacked. Now I'll just say
Okay.
this. I don't believe his
That's
dad's
weird.
account. My
Yeah,
favorite
no, but
non-cap jersey
it's-
is I have a black Pavel Bure jersey from the Canucks. Oh, is that a fact?
I just, it didn't seem like something Keller would do, but whatever. But I don't see
was-
Marner going to.
he was-
I understand
Like
the
one of these
idea
already?
behind it, but I can't see it happening. Anaheim.
Kelly
maybe.
was probably pissed off and said something, and his dad probably said something, and it was probably true deep down that he wasn't happy with what's going on in Arizona. But I mean, he's signed there and everything, so it's not probably going to go anywhere.
No,
It
he
didn't.
did
It
not.
didn't make much sense. It didn't make
No,
much sense.
he did not say this. None of that shit was real. It's
It was
again,
not
this is
real
what
at all.
happens. Good job, Elon, unverifying all the fucking reporters on Twitter because, like, there was a reason for the blue check marks, man. It's because people read everything and they believe everything now. It's like get the.
It didn't
Yeah.
make much sense, but it was. I
No.
mean, I didn't. It was. It didn't make much sense to me, but I was like, really? He's not going to go back there? I mean, in some ways, I guess, but not from Keller. Keller doesn't seem like a guy that would do that sort of thing. So, but I don't know. You never know anybody, but apparently it was fake. So I guess my instinct was correct. It didn't make sense. So that's good. But I mean, who's you going to? I don't see how he could go to the Coyotes. They don't have anything to give them.
Who's the next
Oh, I
GM of the
know.
Leafs? That's
I
the
think
big
it's going to be
question.
that Pridham guy. I think it's going to be that Pridham guy. I just don't know
Probably.
how.
Yeah, probably Pridham. Yeah.
The reason I say this is how do you bring somebody from outside the organization at this point?
Dale Hunter.
You're so close to the
No.
draft. You've got until January 1st or July 1st to decide on Marner, Matthews, and Nylander. You got to figure that out. Nylander and Matthews, I think, can both get extensions. To me, I think you keep Nylander and Matthews and you see what you can get for Marner. But you've got to, if you can get rid of Tavares on top of that, I think that's helpful too. I mean, I thought it was evident that Tavares can no longer play center at second line in the NHL level. And that's an $11 million player.
Tavares said that in his closing interview that he's doesn't want to go anywhere, but he's welcome to go into the wing. So he's getting pushed to the wing. It's an immovable
He has
contract.
to.
He can't go anywhere.
Has to.
Yeah.
If he could, instead of a buyout, if he could change his, like the NFL, they can rewrite the contract. If they could get Tavares at half, like 5.5 for like double the time he has left, which would be like 10 more years or whatever. Oh no, I guess
sign the Bobby Bonilla contract and get paid in your 50s.
Yeah, like $1 million, but it's only like $1 million cap hit for the rest of his life. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, because like I don't think Marner's a worthless player. I just like I did think he was okay in the face-off, but everywhere else I kind of thought an abject of disaster. And I think it's just too much of his skating ability now where he's at to be a defender, as good a defender. Boy, Vegas should have scored again, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, they're getting their opportunities all right.
The puck couldn't stay on Marner's stick, it seemed like, in the last few games of that series. They just seemed really weak on the puck.
You know what, man? I just think they didn't get the puck luck and stuff that they got in the first round, and then they didn't also get the scoring from their top. I really don't think it was that complicated.
They shouldn't even have beat the Lightning.
No, but they did not look as bad against Florida as they did against Tampa Bay, in my opinion.
No.
I thought they played. I thought the Leafs played
but
pretty good.
I don't think they played well.
But they got outplayed.
They didn't play playoff hockey.
Like 2 of the 5 games. Outside of that, I felt like they were all pretty even games. You know?
But they didn't have the pushback of Florida at all. Like it's this, they kept up skill wise to a certain extent, but they didn't have any warriors on that team. They need warriors on that team. They need a warrior. Marner's the closest thing, and like you said, he's too small. He is a warrior, but they need somebody more impactful than that. And O'Reilly would just showed up and went, "Oh my gosh, why I got to play with all these pussies?" There's no way O'Reilly's going back there. There's no way.
Vegas is on the power play, by the way.
No way. If O'Reilly's getting out of that situation right away, I'm sure.
I would have loved to hear the conversation between Shanahan and Dubas, though, and right before the announcement was made. And I wonder what the conversation was. Maybe he asked Dubas, "Are you willing to move any of the core four? And what are your ideas on it?" If he says yes, no, what his ideas are. And if
I
he
don't
says
think it had anything to do with fun. To be quite frank, Rico, and I like Kyle Dubas. I met him. He took that picture with me. Good guy. Thought he was a great guy. Did not think he was a bad GM. But I think that they overpaid Mars and Matthew, and they traded some of their younger draft capital that, like, imagine if Seth Jarvis, you don't know if the Leafs draft Seth Jarvis. I always laugh at that argument, but like, okay, like, let's say they have Seth Jarvis in their lineup. Let's say they have some of these other guys that they've traded away. Let's say they still have Kadri and they never signed Tavares. Like, you could maybe, but he also can't forecast that there was a global pandemic that completely slowed down the salary cap and changed the face.
There is part of that.
But what I would say to that is he should have adjusted his plan once all that shit went down, because if they would have planned for the worst on that thing, they would have been in so much better shape, because all those deals that he made were pre-pandemic. So there was no way of getting out of them. But now he should have started looking for a home for Marner or Matthews 2 years ago. If you're going to move off one of those guys, to me, the guy I would have traded is Morgan Riley. Don't tell Hot Take Hockey, you will kill me. But he was so good in the playoffs for him this year. It's like, but in the regular season, I thought he was outright terrible.
Yeah, he's not. He had a pretty good playoffs for sure, but he's not that.
They hope that he was playing with Luke.
He's not that. He certainly hasn't earned his contract up until that time.
Well, and he's not even that overpaid, right? He's not overpaid. He only is $7 million. I think he's a $7 million defense.
Like, $7 million isn't too bad.
You'd like to have him at 5.5. Like, that's what Carolina would have Morgan Riley at if he was on their team, right?
Probably, yeah. Because he wouldn't even be able to touch the top four there. So.
I heard Adam Wilde say on their podcast today, I'll just say this to you, Rico, that he wants the assistant GM from Carolina that works under Don Waddell, and I don't know his name, but Perlo maybe knows.
I usually listen to that podcast too with Steve Dangle. I never listened to it. It's in my phone, but I just haven't got time to listen to it yet. But I'll usually throw that on too. They're all right, those guys.
I just wanted to listen to him today because of the Dubas thing. I wanted to hear that. That happened when they were live, because they don't do a live show, right? Like, I watch Saravelli's live show. It's a half hour. I watch Kipper's live show. It's 2 hours, 11. For me, it comes on at 11 here. And so it's done by 1. So for you guys, it's like 4 to 6 or something.
Yeah, it's 3 till 6, I think. 3 till 5.
3 till 5. Okay.
They come on at 3 Eastern and all that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's right. 3 to 5. That makes sense. Yeah. And I like Gord Stellick, man. I didn't know much about him. He's a really good I like listening to that guy. He's got a wealth of experience and stuff. It's kind of like listening to Paul Maurice at these post-game pressers, right?
He's on after every Leaf game on Fan 590. Gord Stellick.
I have Sirius Radio. I have Sirius Radio, so I listen to Boomer and Hahn in the afternoon quite a bit. I don't know if you know who they are, but they're pretty cool. Boomer and Hahn.
Like Boomer Esiason?
No. It's I can't remember what his full name is, but that's the name of the show. But it's on Sirius Radio, though. You got to have Sirius Radio. Do you even have Sirius Radio in the U.S.?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have Sirius Radio, that's.
Sirius XM. They call it Sirius XM satellite radio. Yeah, but like in Alaska, a lot of people don't get it because it doesn't work up here.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Huh.
But you can get but now with like streaming and internet and stuff, you can do it. Now a lot of that stuff works because they can do it through
Yeah.
the stream.
But Toronto is going to be a very fascinating thing to see what happens there and how Shanahan changes his ways from this young whippersnapper, progressive, supposedly progressive. Actually, the thing that I think really let Dubas down is he didn't go the direction he said he was going to go.
Yeah. You
He
traded
didn't
young
go.
talent for win now mentality, in my opinion.
No, but it's not only that. The players he picked up were. Sir, he was supposed to be an analytics guru.
Yeah, Kerfoot and who did they get in the Kerfoot deal? Barry? Kerfoot and Barry
Kadri,
for Kadri.
very bad.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
So that,
Brutal.
Well,
that didn't
Kerfoot's
work.
gone. Kerfoot's gone now. They're not re-signing him.
Oh no. No.
Certainly not.
He'll be $1.5 million player somewhere too. Like he's
Yeah.
not getting everybody thinks he's not getting 3.5 anywhere.
No.
If he gets
No.
double the league minimum, $1.5 million, I'd be
Yeah, that'll be about what he gets somewhere.
Yeah.
As a
I bet he
depth
goes to
guy.
Edmonton. I bet he goes to Edmonton.
I sure hope not.
I bet he does.
He's a good
There's no-
skater. He'll belong in Edmonton, yeah.
No
I actually
reason
think he
for it.
wouldn't be bad for Edmonton's bottom six.
No.
Yeah, he'd be absolutely
At $1.5
horrible.
million, he wouldn't be terrible.
No. No.
Kipper and them guys call him Flex Seal because he could do, kind of good. It works. Flex
Yeah.
Seal.
Yeah, I love that on that show. They call him Flex.
You did. Somebody should get a Flex Seal 15 Leafs jersey, dude. I should get one.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Flex Seal.
Something happened in Toronto there. There is a
No, I mean, dude,
there.
if you listen to the Shanahan presser, he just tells you everything. Essentially, what happened is I'm not making this up. I listened to the entire thing today. It was on Kipper had it on his show, but you can watch it on YouTube too. Shanahan says, blah blah blah. I'm just doing this in summary. They gave him because if I went through the whole thing, they gave him a contract offer, and it was probably his current rate or a little bit better. And then he came out Monday with that presser and said, "Oh, my family, I'm not sure I even want to be the GM." That's when Shanahan said he started to doubt having him back. Yeah, this is Sal. Listen to it, and he's telling you he's in the GTA there. He says Shanny said it all crazy, and I heard Brian Hayes and Jamie McLennan and O-Dog talk about it on their little thing. They were like, "Yeah, he said everything." And Hayes was like, "Yeah, I really appreciate it." But essentially, in a nutshell, I'm just summarizing what Shanahan said was they had a contract deal. Then the Monday thing started to change the thought process for him. And then Dubas Wednesday said, I'll take the job, even though they had offered it to him before the playoffs in March. Because I think Dubas was waiting to see how they did. And then they did meh, right? They got out of the first round good, whatever. But I think Shanahan was still, like, before the playoff results, he was ready to give him the extension. So he's like, I like where we're going. We're there. Things happen. Last year, again, I thought the Leafs played better. They looked better. I thought they had a better chance. And they almost beat Tampa last year. And they looked better than this year's team, in my opinion. But I like some of the offseason moves or the trade deadline moves for them. But anyway, Shanahan basically says, he goes through the whole thing. They had a contract. Wednesday, Dubas emails him. I think that the email is not from Dubas. I think it's from his representation. And they're like, this is what we'll take. And then I think Shanahan was like had already tried to change his thought process and was like, I'm moving off Dubas. And I think Dubas may or may not have used his family as a collective bargaining chip in bargaining for a better salary and the stresses of being the Leafs GM job, which I don't doubt it's a difficult thing. But to listen to Kipper today on the radio, and I don't know if you heard, like, he was kind of angry about it. I think a lot of people, I think there was a lot of support for Dubas, I think. And so I think the majority of Leafs Nation's probably on Dubas' side, which, hey, Dubas seemed like a good guy. But yeah. I think 5 years there, I don't think it's a bad move coming off of him. And
I think Dubas is burnt out.
Oh, he's definitely burned out.
Could be that
That's what
too,
I
and
meant.
it could be Dubas. Dubas just maybe said when that was coming up in March or whatever, and say, you know what, I don't want to be a distraction to this team. I want to roll with them, and let's
Well,
win the
he
cup.
talks about that. He
And
said
then we'll
that
talk
Dubas
about
had
it.
little to no contact with him. And initially, before the season, they talked about the contract. But he said after that, Dubas even said he's not going to be a part of it. He's leaving it up to the agent. But the agent doesn't do. Yeah, Kipper was pissed now.
But
but
what's stupid about that is that's a cop out. My agent takes care
yeah,
of
but
it.
Dubas is giving his demands to the agent. So Dubas
The
is
agent doesn't do anything that the client tells
I'm
him.
not sure that's always the case, but because
No,
I've
that's
seen it
the
in
case.
football where they get deals done when the agent sometimes is in the way, and the player is just like, "No, I'm not going to quibble over this," and gets the job done with the team based on
Right,
whether
but
they
the
shout
agent
out the Hall
doesn't.
of Fame
The
football
agent
players.
doesn't do anything that the player doesn't want him to do.
No,
The
I'm
agent
not
does.
saying. I know, just like the Kuberdo stuff with Alan Walsh this year, right?
Of course,
Gotta
sure.
love Alan Walsh. Anyway, since we talked about football for a split second, shout out, rest in peace, Hall of Famer Jim Brown, the greatest running back of all time. A lot of people think. My wife is a Syracuse alum. That's where he went to school, Syracuse. So go Orange. But yeah, 87. That's not terrible, man. Then you start I don't feel too bad. You can celebrate by watching an old school movie with Jim Brown in it. But yeah, so like Shanahan was really when you go back and listen to it, Perlo, I don't think you'll have it. I think what happened was Dubas overplayed his hand. They were already on the fence with him after Monday's press conference. I don't think they were on the fence with him at all until that Monday press conference. And I think they were caught off guard by the family thing. So, and I don't know if a lot of them in that organization feel it doesn't matter because MLSC is so wealthy and rich, they can do whatever they want, right? So
it's a tough market to win in. That's for sure. It's going to take.
Yeah, the media pressure there, I say, is very much. When I explain it to Americans, I said,
well, you know what's worse than the media?
It's like work.
What's worse than the media coverage is the corporate sector of what it is, because your people that are giving you the money, they need the media. So, you know what I'm saying? Their sponsorship, and it's a corporate, and they care about what the media says. The media isn't any different anywhere else. But the problem is in Toronto is that the corporate sector cares about it. Most organizations don't even listen to the media people. Like, okay, whatever.
Yeah,
but not them. In the corporate sector,
I think in Canada in general, though, the pressure in those hockey towns,
Toronto more than anywhere.
Yeah, but you can't tell me Vancouver's not a pressure cooker. Edmonton's turning into one. Winnipeg is a tiny bit of one. Calgary's in a mess. I'm saying, like, Ottawa is the one team, I think, because they've been bad so long, that I don't think there's a lot of fan pressure. And I think their fans show out. They know that team's going to be good in a couple years, like cup contending good. So, like,
the Oilers are not corporate owned like Toronto is, though.
Yeah, but I heard the Oilers ownership group has got a lot of problems, dude. The owner there is kind of a whack job.
Oh, he is, but there's no doubt about that. It's not there's no doubt about that, but he's only one guy. He doesn't even care about sponsors. He doesn't give a shit.
No, I know. And he seems like he's been pretty willing to spend money and stuff, too.
Oh,
so,
frick, the guy.
If they didn't have a salary cap, I think Edmonton would be one of those teams that's
just throwing money everywhere.
They'd be a $200 million.
The guy owns Rexall Drugs, for the love of God. I mean, holy shit. Yeah, like but he doesn't. His sponsors can tell him. He'll tell his sponsors he'll kiss his ass. I don't need you. Shut up. Toronto, though, on the other hand, that's different. They are controlled by corporate. They are controlled by
Shannon Bob's a part of the ownership group too, though. Like they have human beings attached to it that are known.
Doesn't matter. You got to satisfy those freaking sponsors, and that's it. Matthews is going nowhere. Matthews would never go anywhere. If there's nobody more protected than Matthews.
Yeah, Matthews is not. I believe Matthews when he says he wants to stay there. He knows
I
what.
would too, because they're going to pay him.
If I'm an
15
American
million a
kid,
year.
I want to play in a Canadian market. I think the only reason we're seeing a little bit of exodus of Americans and Canadians is because of just like the different policies on the sides of the border.
Well, Rico, you're a Toronto guy. Do you agree with me? Matthews is like steel plated, protected everywhere. Like there is nobody's touching that dude. Do you agree with me?
No. We haven't had a player like that in this town since Sundin, and Sundin was the same way, man. He was untouchable. He wasn't going anywhere until the end of his career. If he wanted
Well,
to move on.
he should have accepted the trade at the end of his career because it would have benefited him, and would have benefited the Leafs.
Well, there could be family issues with that too, right? So you don't know, but
Hey, Perlo, I got a question for you. What are they doing with the Northlands Coliseum? Is it still there in Edmonton, where the Oilers used to play?
Nobody. Yeah, it's just rotting. It's rotting.
They didn't demo it?
Not yet, no.
Oh, but they are going to.
Well, they have
like it's
to.
just sitting there, it's vacant, like it never turned anything?
Oh yeah, that's the Alberta way. You got to let it rot for at least 30, 40 years before you do anything.
So there's no scheduled plan to demo when they built a new center. That should fall on the people that are moving the team. Because if that was that was a venue, I'm assuming, right, where everybody went to.
Yeah.
So on top of where wasn't it Rexall Place for a long time too until they.
It's going to be a building one day. Somebody probably owns the land, and they're waiting.
Oh, you
for
think
peak
they
price
will put something in there and do something?
Yeah, but they're waiting for peak price. They're waiting for peak price to do it. So
it's just standing there vacant.
They bought the land knowing. They probably bought the land and knowing that somewhere down the road, like it's going to be way more valuable a certain amount of time down the road.
Yeah, they bought it probably when they were moving out or like when they sold it and was vacated.
Yeah,
these people prospect this stuff and buy short sale basically.
So they're not going to spend money to demo it. They're just going to let it sit there until they feel they can get the price they want. And then that could be 15, 20, 30 years down the road. Who knows? It'll still be sitting there rotting. Yeah, that's the way it is.
Dude, so you hear JB in the morning. Oh, crap. Do you hear JB in the morning talk about the Sullivan Arena here in Anchorage? Have you heard it? It's Olympic ice, right? Where the Aces used to play. If you ever hear Justin Bourne talk about his minor league career, he played for the Aces right after he was done with UAA. I'm talking to Rico more than you, Perlo, because I know he listens to the show. But so anyway, that's a homeless shelter now.
Really?
Yeah, they don't even have games there. The university plays somewhere else. They have a really nice arena on the university called the University of Alaska Airlines Center, but they didn't make it hockey compatible, so they don't play in it, which is crazy because it's super nice, but it's on the campus too, which makes sense. If you want students to go to your games, like have it on the campus, dumbasses. But yeah, so the Sullivan Arena where I saw Ozzy Osbourne, Godsmack, Aerosmith came, Metallica came. I didn't go to those shows, but since I've lived here, those are some of the names that have made it there. And now it's a homeless shelter. And I watched championships win in that building, man. I'd still be going. If we still had a minor league team, I'd still be going to those games. Yeah. So Sal says he thinks Matthews is untouchable too.
Yeah, he is. He's untouchable.
I just think
that's part of the problem. That's part of the problem.
Well, they shouldn't have given him the money right away. Now I feel like he's worth the $11 million just based on the seasons he's had. But he probably should have been being paid $9 million for like 8 years, and then, shoot, it would have benefited him too because if he got injured or something. You never know what your next deal will be. You're just one play away from,
But you know, like I said, if COVID doesn't happen, they probably have more cap room.
Oh yeah, no, 1,000,000%.
It was actually a pretty good perception of what he was going to become at 11.5 million. He's better than Panarin. So
Yeah, and he's a
you know,
great two-way player. He led the
he's
league in
better.
block shots. And
Panarin's making the same amount of money, and Marner's
actually, I
better
thought
than
Panarin was the highest paid player till McKinnon's deal. Or no, Panarin was right behind McDavid for second highest paid player.
11.5. Yeah, same as Marner.
And McDavid makes 12.5. And next
Yeah.
year, McKinnon makes 12.6 or something, right? Or 12.9.
Yeah, just 100,000 over. Just that was funny.
They got to get that cap up, man. This is fucking horrible.
Yeah, I mean, it's only supposed to go up $1 million, but I heard it could go up as much as $3 million. But it's the owners have the players by the balls with this new CBA, man. So like, the players are taking in the shorts. There's no, with the way the cost of living is now, a guy in the major league hockey should be making $2 million a year. Like that should be the league minimum, and they're making like 700.
Yeah, yeah, probably.
If you have
probably
a veteran,
right.
it's like $1 million, whatever the draft. So it's tough, man. Like I feel for the players. Like I'm always pro player. Fuck the rich owners. They got their money. They're always going to get it. They get everything from the TV deal. They don't care. They make enough money to pay for the franchise and then some most of the time with these television deals.
I think they break even most of the time, but the fact of the matter is they're stinking.
They're not breaking even, Perlo.
They're stinking rich.
They're making so
not
much
too
money.
much.
With the
They didn't
salary
really.
cap.
No, they're not making all that as much as you think. But the fact of the matter is, I still agree with you. I mean, they bought a franchise as a hobby. If you can buy a franchise as a hobby,
that's what all those guys are. Though. They're all that.
Yeah,
I look at them all as hobbyists, though. They're all that. There are very few of them started, like football. That's one thing about football, like the Rooneys and the Maras, the Giants and Steelers. They've owned those, their families have owned those teams since the inception of the franchises.
Right. Yeah.
So, like, that's what they did. The same with the Kansas City. The Hunts have owned that team forever. Browns with the Bengals. And the Chicago one, that family, I can't think of the name.
Aren't the buses in the Lakers that way too?
The Bus and the Lakers for a long time. They weren't the original owners, but yeah, Jeannie Buss runs and owns. Her dad ran them. Yeah, the NBA is a little more corporately owned and stuff now. You don't just like Mark Cuban with the Mavs, like he bought them though for like nothing. I mean, like 65 million or something. It's worth $4 billion now. It's like just because of the television deals and the ratings that the NBA does really well in the States here. I mean, I'm sure it does good in Canada too, because you guys have a lot of good Canadian ball players now, which wasn't, I mean, it was Steve Nash was like the one guy I could remember that was from Canada for the longest time. And now you got like, there's a half dozen guys that are in the league that are like Canadian and like, oh, that guy's pretty good.
Oh yeah, you get the Raptors
making an impact right now. Jamal Murray in Denver is making a huge impact there.
Is he a Canadian? Jamal Murray a Canadian?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 1-1 going into the third. Who you got? I think this is Vegas's to win. And
they predominantly been outplaying them. But why are we getting an echo?
The depth of Vegas, just top to bottom, to me, is like I like their forward core. Is maybe a push to Dallas's top forward core, but really the depth, they have the depth there where they're going to get depth scoring. I mean, isn't Phil Kessel a scratch right now? He's won 2 Stanley Cups. He's not even playing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like they can bring him back to be a bottom 6 guy to get a little bit of like some scoring in the lineup, you know?
Yeah. I just think
Bruce Cassidy in his like 60s,
Huh?
Who's that?
Bruce Cassidy looks pretty good for his age. Isn't he like in his 60s?
In his 60s, yeah. It was a great pickup. Great
all over his face or something.
Vegas has spent a crap load of money on draft and development. Everything underneath their players,
Henderson,
they get top. Like Sean Burke is probably one of the greatest goalie coach. He now has he's the director of goaltending. They have a director of goaltending in Vegas.
He's good, man. He's a great coach.
They've got 5 goaltender coaches that they pay, and they pay them top dollar. Like Vegas has their under their development system is probably the highest paid in the league. They got nothing but money in that place, man. I bet you Sean Burke, if you knew how much he made, you'd be blown away.
You're not probably wrong there.
Yeah.
Need some goals, man. I got the over in this game. Oh!
You got a goal? We got a goal? Don't worry about spoiling in the chat for me, boys.
Vegas scores. Yeah.
Carlson
Oh
again.
my God, was that Carlson again?
Tell me
Yep.
Riley Smith got an assist. I knew Riley Smith.
Carlson was the top center when they played the Caps in 2018. Now
How many shots does Vegas have on? I got Ottinger over shots too. How many shots is it?
I'll tell you. Hold on.
See what I have. I haven't even.
I got
Ottinger
the stats right here.
over saves. I mean saves, not shots.
Vegas has 28 shots on goal.
That was a weak goal.
Okay, so I only need a couple more, and I got that.
Nah, I'm not gonna blame the goalie on that one.
He looked like he was going high, but he fanned on it a bit and went
I
5-hole.
think the book on Ottinger is pad heights, like right below the glove, though. I think going high on him is actually not where you want to go. I mean, every goalie blocker high, right? But like, it sounds like to me, Ottinger, the book on him maybe is go pad. You know what do they call that? That hole. I'm sorry. Hold on, I'll tell you.
5-hole. The 5-hole.
6-hole.
No, not 5-hole.
No, that's why.
Like the 2 or the 4 or whatever. Like
Underneath his arm.
yeah, but above the pad.
Yeah.
Like above the pad underneath his arm, right?
Yeah.
That was unassisted too.
Oh, man,
shoot,
yeah,
was
because
it?
It was like a broken play. But I
It
don't
was
know.
it was unassisted.
Oh, wait a minute. No, Alec Martinez and Petrangelo. I mean, I'm not getting any point props tonight. Damn.
Jim Marcia still got a goal, right?
No, Carlson got both.
Carlson has 2 goals.
Did he get a point?
I
I got Marcia
no.
still for a point.
Let me tell you.
Roy, Martinez, Petrangelo.
You looking for Marcia show?
No point.
No points.
Shit.
No. I know. I
Oh,
got
we still got 18 minutes left.
Martinez.
18 minutes left of the game, man.
Yeah, I know. I just would rather have it
All
now
right,
and not have
dude.
to think about it.
Calm down. We should have typed your your parlays in the chat.
Stone. I need Stone for one more shot. At plus 120.
That'll happen.
Said 2.
There's a lot of
Barbashev doesn't have a point either. Shoot.
No, I got Barbashev. Oh, this game started.
You must have been getting pretty good plus odds for the Barbashev. Ooh, nice.
Plus 108. I actually got better odds for Stone of over 2.5 shots.
What a good shot by Domi. Good scoring chance. Holy
Oh,
hell.
I got Eichel over shots though. I already got it. Eichel's already got me that. That's good. I had them. That's plus 100. So there's one, and we got 18 minutes. So there'll be more goals.
Yeah, we need some goals here. We need over 5.5.
If you're Vegas, you need. I think you need to get another one in anyway. I'm trying to play in their end as much as possible.
I got Vegas ML.
What happened there, Perlo? Did you get tackled by a linebacker or something?
What's going on? Oh, sorry.
You know, when you move the microphone, now your camera's all whacked out. I don't know.
Yeah, I moved the camera.
Got mauled by a shooter.
CFL player came in there and smacked you around or something. Dude, I was so impressed with Eichel in that Edmonton series. He was so good on both sides. Cassidy has been so good for that kid. It's just so funny to me how sometimes you just need like a tough coach that's going to hold you accountable, you know?
Yeah, or put you in a position to succeed.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's proven that if you play strong both ways,
Polisar's going off the ice now. Shit.
And that's what I could say if you're a Leafs fan. You shouldn't feel bad. Like they were talking about the hits. Did you hear Sam and McKee talk about the hits today? Like the hit total for that game last night was like not even the same hit total that was in Leafs Tampa Bay game 1, and that was a regulation game. Like that game ended in regulation. This game was 7 period. Oh, Kolasar, yeah. Oh no, that's a bad loss if he's out. What happened? Was it a penalty?
Yeah.
Are they reviewing Are they reviewing a penalty or?
I don't know. No, I don't think it was a penalty.
Oh, he just did.
What happened? Yeah. I don't even know what happened.
Got hit by a puck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's fuck off.
I mean, it wasn't. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I think they were looking at it because there was just the angle they were at. Like Domi broke his stick, or somebody broke their stick in the face off. It was sketchy.
I've been really impressed with Eichel these playoffs.
Yeah, he's been good. Me too. I never had anything. I just thought people were making too much about how ineffective he was in Buffalo because they were like an absolute dumpster fire.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
My buddy's like, send me your address and I'll send you something as a birthday gift.
Yeah, just DM me that. DM me that, Rico.
Yeah.
Oh, Dallas.
You can hear you talking to your wife, Rico.
Dallas ties it up.
I turned my cam off, but not my mic.
Yeah,
Dallas
you have to mute your mic. If you want to go off screen, I can just drop you and it automatically does it. So just let me know.
Oh no.
Oh, we get a tie and goal. Oh, geez. Rupe Hantz, man.
Yep.
Hey, this might benefit you guys, though, because you need those extra points from those.
Yeah. That's actually good. Sorry.
This tie game.
Did you have hints? Did you have hints?
No, but I got the over.
Yeah, so Perlos is pleased as a pig in shit because he had hints for points. So
I had him for plus 155.
Oh yeah, that's
to score a goal. To score a goal, that was a good one.
Yeah, that was a.
But I didn't. But
I don't blame the goalie on that one either, man. Oh, that got deflected too. Yeah. I think Petrangelo's stick changed the flight of that puck. Sometimes you just wish the D would get the F out of the way. Like, especially you can't take that out of them because for every time they do that, they make a play or whatever. Here comes Vegas, though, right? They're going to come right back. How often do we see it?
The trick is to have to block shots as little as possible in a game. That's the trick. People,
yeah, I mean, don't drop down. It was like the stick whack. But
yeah,
still.
If you've got a high block shot ratio for the game, you did not do well in that game. Because what happens when you block a shot? What's two things that you don't want?
Well, you could go out of position too, right? So.
Yeah, but when you block a shot, what are two things that are happening that you don't want? A, you don't have the puck. B, you're in your own end.
Yeah, that's fair.
So if you're blocking lots of shots, that's not a good thing.
Yeah, that's true.
I
do feel like the entire Tampa Bay team from 2004 was like the best shot blocking team.
No, New York Rangers. When Tortorella owned or was managing,
right? But that's the same. I mean, Tortorella was the coach of that Tampa Bay team and that won the cup.
Yeah.
So how can you say that the Rangers were better?
Because the Rangers were worse two-way 5-on-5, a worse 5-on-5 team. They were actually a worse 5-on-5 team. The only reason why Tortorella played it that way was because he did not have a good possession team in Tampa or in New York. Neither one of them were. So he turned them into the greatest.
Rupe Hantz has overtaken Connor McDavid for the leader in NHL.
Yeah.
Points of 21. Rupe Hantz has been dynamic, and they
Oh,
got
he's
him
been
for what,
amazing.
another 7 or 8 years at 6'5" or
They
something.
did very well there.
Let me pull up his contract. That'll make a Leaf fan puke.
Ropo Hintz, he was drafted late too. So was
Second rounder, I
Johnston. So was Johnston. He was
like
a late first round pick.
Yeah.
Late first, yeah. Like their draft and development, when they did have a chance to get a tall player, they got Heiskanen. Like, and they won the.
He's also a second rounder.
They won the lottery. No, Heiskanen was drafted.
Okay, my bad.
Third overall.
They have. So he has a $8.4 million a year extension. So
Still
he's
pretty good.
But and then till 2031. By the way, he's what is he, like 24? How old is he?
Heiskanen? About 24.
26.
Yeah.
He's
Is he 26 now?
So he will be. He'll only be like 34 by the 33 by the end of this deal, and he'll
just
way he
in my
plays
motion.
He's so good.
Yeah.
Freaking good, dude.
Yeah. Vegas is pushing him pretty good, but they're not getting in the middle. You got to get down in the middle against Dallas.
Well, I think that's anybody, right? I mean, if they're keeping them to the outside, you have to give Dallas some credit with their defensive strategy too. I mean, I don't think DeBoer is going to get out coached in this, but I do like Cassidy in this one too, man. Like,
I think Cassidy is an amazing coach in there. I don't know. I liked the pickup from Boston, Montgomery. You know, I liked it. It was a good, but I mean, Cassidy, you don't fire coaches like Cassidy.
Well, you know, the coach of the year vote is before the playoffs start too, and Montgomery's probably going to win coach of the year after going out in the first round.
Yeah,
he will. He deserves it. I mean, they had a great year. It's a bummer that they fizzled out in the playoffs. They just forgot to stop turning the puck over. But, like, again, Florida was the President's Trophy winner last year. They didn't lose that much of that team. You know?
I don't think you can deny him of that. I mean, I don't. But I mean, what Ruff did in New Jersey? I mean, they went 40 points.
I would not have a problem with Ruff getting it either. I'll say this: if I'm Lindy Ruff, I don't want it because the last 4 Jack Adams winners are not in the damn league right now.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So
they have a shelf.
That damn fucking trophy.
Yeah, well, you have a shelf life. It doesn't matter if you win the Adams or not.
Oh, did that hit the post? The crossbar?
No,
block. A shot hit the crossbar there.
Well, I'm sure I got my shot saves over here. Yeah, for sure. I got it. So
well, last night I hit some pretty good shot props, Perlo. I put 5 guys on a parlay for the first time forever.
Did you hit all of them? Did you hit all of them?
I hit it at 17 to 1.
Nice. So did you win like $1,000?
I never put that much on it.
You put like $10, you won like 170.
Yeah, I put like $5 on it because I wasn't gonna win. I was like, you know what, this is just a throwaway bet for $5, and I'll see if it hits. And all of a sudden, it went into overtime. And the last guy I needed to get his shots, and it was like in triple overtime. And Sam Bennett only had 1 shot on goal, and I'm like, come on, man, get 2 more shots. And then he got one really late in the 4th.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Yeah, I had Sam Bennett too. Yeah.
Yeah, he had 1 shot on goal all game.
That was
like the 3rd overtime.
That was a plus money. I think it was like plus 120, wasn't it? For
I wish
over
that was legal for me to drop here. I do nothing but those parlays and stuff and put like money because who cares?
For sure.
$10 here. Like if I lose $100, yeah, whatever.
We talked that like that, Beard. If we had one night of drinking beer together, we'd blow $100. So what's $100?
Easily. The way shit's so expensive now, dude. I went to Subway today and got a sandwich for my wife and me. It was like $35.
Jeez,
like fucking Christ, man. That was
$5
footlongs.
What just happened? Okay, well, you guys are delayed. I don't know if that's going to be goaltending interference or what. That is going to be weird. I don't
Is
think
it
it's goaltender interference because they basically just freaking
Whoa.
tackled him into the
No,
goal.
whoa, here's one for you. Okay. I'm interested to see what Beard thinks about this. Wait
Yeah,
till
you
you see
guys are
this.
ahead of me. I'm at 10:48. I don't know if I'm not.
Okay, it's happening
No.
now.
It's not goaltender interference.
Yeah,
He
I
didn't
mean,
do anything wrong.
they pushed him into Ottinger. I think it's a goal.
Yeah, it's a goal. He actually took his legs out from under him. There's no way.
But
it's
did he
not a
skate
goal.
across the blue crease though? Because that's the blue
It
crease
doesn't
of
matter.
death.
It doesn't matter. They tripped him right into the crease. There's nothing you could do about it.
Oh, it's your
that's
friend Colasar right back into the game.
Yeah, Golisar, yeah. I don't think that helps my point
53.
props at all. That's a goal. They're not going to be
53
able.
that scored the goal.
Cool.
Teddy
That's gotta
Bluger
be a goal.
scored the goal. Teddy
Oh,
Bluger's your
Teddy
goal scorer.
Bluger scored. Oh,
Yeah,
Kolasar
Teddy
was the
Bluger.
one that went to the net,
Yeah.
and Bluger
Yeah.
scored the goal.
Yeah, but they took. Yeah, they can
I don't-
challenge this, but this is not goaltender interference.
Did that hit your Bluger goal scoring up?
Yeah, Bluger.
Chico?
Whoa, no
I thought you
challenge.
could have got Teddy Bluger goal score at like 2,000 plus 2,000.
I don't know
No
what it would have been. I
challenge,
bet you-
boys. That was Ryan Suter that hammered him into the net, wasn't it?
I mean,
Yeah,
he gets
probably.
up, he gets slew-footed. Really, is what happens there.
What Suter
Hey,
was
our
beat?
Oilers looking good.
Was Suter
Good goal.
beaten out? Are you telling me Suter was beaten outside? No, it wasn't him. No.
No, I think this Dave Jackson's
uh,
fucking dancing around this like he
I
doesn't
was
want
gonna
to
say
answer.
you tell.
Did you already
lies.
get good goal? Did they
Yeah,
already
it's a
give you
good goal. It's a good.
Yeah,
No,
it's
I'm
good,
asking
man.
if you guys got good goal. Like they came out and said good goal.
Yeah,
It's
they
good
did.
goal.
Yeah, it's
Oh, they
done.
already counted it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because I'm behind here.
So it's gonna
I
work.
just don't know, man. He gets pushed from behind by Heiskanen and Suter.
yeah,
They counted it.
for sure.
Well, they didn't
So
waste any
so
time really looking at it.
Rico,
You know what it
Yeah.
is, dude? They're like, we can't have
need-
another 5
we
overtime
need
games.
Vegas to get an empty
No.
netter here, because you
Yeah.
want the over and I want Vegas money line. So it'll be perfect.
Need the over.
So empty net goal for Vegas. You guys need it.
Yeah.
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 You know what you see a lot less of though in the playoffs is those empty net goals, because the
Yeah.
teams pull the goalie, but it feels like there's been and then the other team doesn't want to ice the puck, so it's like they don't shoot for the net. Like in the regular season, they just shoot for the net because the analytics say shoot for the net. We can win a face-off, and it doesn't really increase the odds. Yeah, Teddy Bluger. They're showing Teddy Bluger's name under Kolasar's face on ESPN. Good job. Good job there, ESPN director. One's a black guy. One's not a black guy. Idiot.
Yeah.
It just bothers me, man. Like, as a diehard hockey fan, like, I'm envious of you guys living in Canada, because like it's like life there. I know box lacrosse or whatever. There's some other sports that are actually
No. There's lacrosse is nowhere near life here. Nobody gives a shit about lacrosse.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit about lacrosse here. Nobody. It's
And
it's
wrestling,
not a big.
wrestling is kind of a second national pastime for Canadians.
Yeah, it's
Right,
not
Rico?
lacrosse, that's for sure.
Rico's getting his wife's talking to him, so
Yeah. No. She knows I got to play baseball early in the morning, so I told her I'm going to go to bed in a little bit after the game.
oh yeah. We're gonna end the stream after the game's over. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Rico, we definitely aren't gonna keep you late for the Special Olympics, and I hope the weather cooperates. I think Sal said earlier in the thing, I hope you guys get some nice weather. Ooh, I think the wind died down and we're getting sun out anyway, which means I will go out and paddleboard. So I do it as much as I can, and when it's because, man, the one thing I'll tell you about Alaska is you appreciate the warm, sunny days in the summer because they're few and far between. So, you know, it's not. It looks sunny. It's windy as shit out there still. Oh, my wife came to tell me. What do you want to do for dinner? Oh, we're not going to do anything. Oh, yeah, that sounds awesome. Yeah, we got this new stove that you can air fry in.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to try that. Cook that on the Traeger. I'm not I'm not going to risk that Copper River red salmon for air frying tasting. So I go to this place every year to go fish in the Copper River. It's very dangerous. And I go dip netting, and if I'm lucky, I come home with 35 of the best salmon in the world. They're like $75 an ounce on the open market, but like I, as a resident, can go get this fish. And so I try to fill my freezer with it, and it is incredible. And if you guys ever come visit, Rico, you and your wife are so welcome to visit. You don't have kids, so like bring your dog, whatever, man. Like you have a dog, right?
No, we got 3 cats.
You're a cat. Your cats you can't bring because you don't want to travel with your cats anyway, right? Most cat people don't travel. I should update the score, huh?
It's 3-2 now.
Yeah, I have this thing up, and it's I never updated it when Dallas. It's just because we're talking, and it's like I said, play by play, sort of. We like. I will say that it was cool. We got somebody from the Twitch, which never has happened. So
wow!
Cool. Early in the thing, never responded back. So, maybe probably thought I was going to show the game. Which, dude, I have like 160 subscribers. I'm not going to show the game. All it'll do is just get me banned from YouTube, and I'll never be able to stream again. So it's like,
I actually got over 1,000 subs now, but freaking took me.
That means you can monetize.
No, you got to have a certain amount of time on there too.
Oh, you need the time. Okay.
You got to have a certain amount of time and all that kind of stuff.
I'm not even that. I honestly don't even know if I had 5 million. I don't know that I would monetize.
No, I wouldn't. They're a bunch of nonsense. I wouldn't. If I was going to do anything, I would get sponsors. I wouldn't care about their monetization bullshit. Because then I can say whatever I want to say. I don't have to listen to your nonsense, right?
Well,
That's the reason why they monetize.
I mean, it would be hard to turn down like $150,000 a month or something like some of these guys.
Yeah,
that would be not terrible.
You got to have $1 million for that.
Yeah,
millions.
That's what I said. 5 million. Yeah. Pouring rain in Toronto right now is what Sal says. Rico, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if
we could use that here. We got fires all over the place. We need rain here. All right, here we go. Vegas is going to put her away, right? No. Oh, my gosh. Ottinger, just unbelievable. Oh, my God. Yeah. I don't like to talk about Toronto all the time, but that's going to be I have a feeling whoever they hire, you're going to be like, what?
You know who they can't hire and they should be able to hire that I think would be a decent hire for them is Brad Treliving. But Calgary did him dirty, and I guess he has like they'd have to reach an agreement with Calgary.
Why would you want him to hire Treliving?
He's got a non-compete or something. He must be paying as like a severance or something because the thing is his contract was up, wasn't it? I don't know. That's just kind of bad. But who owns the Flames, by the way?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. But I don't like Treliving myself. I wouldn't hire him, no.
Oh man, were you talking about the Barbashev Eichel 2-on-0?
Yeah.
That was the save? Because
I made it a Barbashev point too.
Yeah, I could have used that as well. Vegas is way faster than this team, man. When they decide to give her.
I think Shanahan just asked Dubas, do you want to run it back with this group? And Dubas said, yeah, I want to run it back. I signed all these guys. And Shanahan's like, no, changes need to happen. And I think Dubas didn't want to go down by losing his players that he signed because that's going to make him look bad instead of running it back with the same guys that he signed.
That wasn't brought up in the press conference today at all. But I'm not saying that that's off base. I feel like that might have been. But I mean, Dubas, I think he was pretty flexible. What is going on? Did I lose you guys?
No.
Oh, fuck. It was the defenseman that saved the ball with his foot on Barbashev.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, look. Yeah, dude. That was off the defenseman's foot for Dallas. He had Ottinger beat all day long.
forgot I got to do my picks for the morning. I got I'm kicking ass at the World Championships. That's like the best money ever. So easy to pick.
With all the like scrub players and shit though.
Oh yeah, you just got to watch. I mean, there's so much dead weight there.
I got a
Now,
feature on Sweden to win it all.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Like Finland against Austria tomorrow. I mean, obviously it's chalky, but I probably what do you got? Czech Republic over Norway. I think that's too juicy. I think Norway's a little
Says
bit.
Lindell saved a goal for sure. Anton Lindell was the one that. I didn't see the replay because my feed went out.
Yeah, that was. He had Ottinger beat there.
Smile Direct Club is a great way to straighten
I have for NBA update.
My own son is actually a Smile
The
Direct
Boston Celtics lose 2 games in a row to the Heat. So Boston's a home seed, and the Heat beat them in Boston by both times. I don't think Boston's got that dog in them. I think they're done. Interesting thing, though, Perla. I don't know if you know. Jason Tatum is, but he's like Boston's best player.
Yep.
Him and Matthew Chuck went to grade school together, and they like know each other.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. There's a video of them when they're really young. And Matthew Kachuk said he was a really good basketball player back when he was that age. Like, so 3-2 Vegas is in. I got 7 minutes left to go.
Yep.
I'm gonna drop Rico.
I got 6.5. So you're 30 seconds behind me. Holy crap!
Yeah, we figured that would be the case. I'm gonna just drop Rico. He turned his camera off, but in case he wants to be muted.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where Shanahan goes from there. Very interesting to see
There
what
he's
direction they go.
All right, got you back, Rico.
Yeah, buddy. No,
If you click off screen, I'm just going to assume you want to be off screen, and then I don't want, like, if you have a private conversation, I don't want it to be on the internet unless you want it to.
Well, you can mute it too. I can mute it.
Yeah, I know, but he forgot, and he's on his phone too, so it's a little bit more of a pain in the ass to do all this shit.
I forgot to mute it. Okay.
No, boys. If I'm signing off for good, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
No, you're good. Yeah, you're good. This isn't going to overtime.
Make sure you mute. I don't think so. I don't think Dallas has it.
No, this isn't going.
I don't think
they're going to pull the goal. You're going to get that extra goal. You need that extra goal, right? 4-2.
Yeah. And I need.
I think you're going to get that extra goal.
I need Vegas money line, especially since I lost the first period money line. But I got over saves.
Just hit the over.
5-5 was the over.
Yeah, one more goal.
5.5.
When do they make the goalie pull? You think? When does DeBoer pull Ottinger?
2 minutes tops.
Probably 2. Yeah. Honestly, the way they're Dallas doesn't look like they have any legs here at all. But
this game was on pretty early too, for being in Vegas. It's only like 6. They're Mountain Time, right? I think 6:30 there when they start time.
3 hours, aren't they?
7. 7 there, I think.
Right now?
Yeah.
No, it's 7 here. If they're Pacific time, it's 8 p.m. So that means their start time was 5:30. That's an early start time.
Yeah.
It's the it's ESPN overcompensating for the fuck up of the Edmonton Vegas game 6, where they fucking put the thing on it.
Yeah, I don't know what
Eastern fucking dill holes. Just put it on ESPN2 the whole game. Fine. Started at 8. Which for me
there
was
probably some sort of sponsorship logistics going
No, it
on
has
there.
something to do with the MLB deal for sure. They
baseball.
talked about it, but it's like,
Yeah, it's for the baseball.
Yeah, it
Dude,
was
did
probably
you say
some.
the Heat beat the Celtics? The Heat beat the Celtics again tonight?
yeah, they're up 2-0 and they haven't played a home game yet. Dude, I knew it. I knew it was happening because Timothy Butler, baby. And I have watched a lick of NBA. All I do is listen to the
Butler.
guys who come on McAfee's show and talk about it. And I'm like, oh, shit. And you can just tell who the dogs are and who the fake asses are. I do think the Lakers are in trouble, though. They're probably going to lose to Denver. But, like, as a Lakers fan, I'm like, I don't give a shit. They won, like, 17 titles in my lifetime. It's like, who cares?
Yeah,
Like,
they did well. They did well to get.
Denver fans got disappointed this year because their hockey team didn't win the Stanley Cup like they did last year. So whatever. They can have their NBA team be good for a change.
Kyle Lowry got 0 points.
Who did?
Kyle Lowry,
Yeah.
0 points. 17 minutes, 0 points.
Yeah, but he's not doing – he's just coming off the bench for them, isn't he?
Yeah, for sure. Even Kevin Love, 0 points, 15 minutes. But, yeah, they spread it out.
Lowry was kind of at the end of his career in Toronto, really.
He's been taking too many charges his whole career. That's a guy, when he retires, his body's going to be beat up.
Yeah, but good for – dude, I would love to see them win another championship, the Heat. I would love it, especially because everybody wants a Boston, L.A. They're going to get a Heat, Denver.
Yeah, for sure.
And, like that, I just like they're shitting on the NHL a little bit for this thing. I like all 4 teams. And I think all 4 teams are run very well or have made life-altering decisions that have done well. Like the trade for Kachuk, everybody was panning it. They're like, oh, fleeced by Tree Living. You did such a good job. And I'm like, no, Florida got the best player. You always take the team that got the best player. The best player in that trade was Matthew Kachuk, and I've been proven correct. So, he's going to win. If they win, Florida wins, it's going to be him or Bob Conn Smythe. Right?
Yeah, well,
it's going to be Bob Brodsky or Kachuk.
Kachuk had a pretty good line in Calgary, too.
What?
I said Kachuk played with some good players on that line in Calgary, too. Who did he play with? Goudreau and Lindholm or something like that? So people were like,
I tell you, though, the space that Kachuk gives a guy, and by the way, Goudreau did not have a terrible year in Columbus. He put up decent numbers. But that Columbus team was just brutal. They had a lot of injuries, and they just their young guys weren't ready, and so they didn't force them in there, and so they just were a really bad team. I also think that Columbus thought it was in their benefit to tank for Bedard in some regard, and purposely didn't bring up some of their young talent to play, and that next year they will be a ton better. I think they probably draft Carlson at 3, but. Were we arguing about Mishkov going high? You were saying he was going high, right, Perlo?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I think he goes in the top 5.
I would take him at 3 for sure, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I'm not sure he goes at 3, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes at 2, honestly.
Whoever gets him is going to get probably the second best player in this draft.
I don't think that's unfair to say. I think he's going to turn into something special.
But the problem is he won't be here for 3 to 4.
But look what happened with Kaprizov, wasn't he?
I know that's what you're getting is something like Kaprizov, but better.
Yeah, and you're not going to have him right away. I don't think he falls out of the top 5.
The problem is, the guys like Fantilli and probably Carlson, maybe 1 year for Carlson in the AHL. Oh shit.
There goes Ottinger, 215.
Dallas scores.
No way.
I just got Friedman just told me, yeah. Well, you definitely got the over now. That's the over, right?
Yeah.
But you need Vegas.
Yeah.
Dude, what the fuck?
Amy Ben.
Yeah, it popped right over to him. He was just standing there free. Fuck, well, I guess we're getting overtime, maybe.
Jesus.
Yeah. Got the Dallas. Let me I'll do a little better frame job here. I'll put the Vegas Dallas. Oh, dude, boo, boo, boo. Rico, you were talking about going to bed early too, huh?
That's all right.
Oh, I'm
You
glad you got your
fucking
over, but
jinxed
man,
it.
oh man.
Yeah, buddy. I'm on holidays till Thursday now, so I'm good.
Yeah, you guys got Victoria's Day. Happy Victoria's Day for all the Canadian watchers.
Yeah,
I don't
whatever.
know what that's
It
is that
means
like
nothing
Memorial
to
Day?
us.
It's
No, it means
the day the Queen was born.
Oh, okay.
it means absolutely nothing to us.
But you get a day off, Perlo. Come on,
That's
man.
it.
Quit
That's what
bitching.
it means. That's what
Yeah,
it means.
you want
Yeah.
the day off, bro.
Honestly, I think I'd rather work.
Perlo,
than
does
spend
this
it.
screw you? Does this screw you with your bet?
Yeah, yeah, because I had Vegas first period and
Oh,
Vegas
you needed
over.
Vegas to win by 2.
No,
Yeah.
no,
But this
no, no.
helps you, right, Rico? As long as Vegas wins.
I don't
It
need
helps
to
me.
get
I
over.
had Vegas first period too, but I also had the over, and then I got Barbashev, Riley, and Riley Smith and Theodore to get a point. So it'd be nice if at least one of them got a point. I'd probably break even tonight.
I haven't had a great night. My top play hit. I had the Dodgers, but besides that,
Did you
I
bet the
haven't.
first 5, like I said?
Dodgers? No, full
Oh,
game.
they won 5-0, but I mean,
I bet.
if you bet the
no,
first 5, they were winning 1-0. They scored. Yeah, they made a run yesterday to make it 9-8, and then they let the freaking Cardinals score 7 in the bottom of the 8th, and they lost like 16-7 or 9.
I was looking at the wrong thing here. Just wait a second. I might not have did as bad as I thought.
Pavelski kicked a puck to Ben.
Oh my God!
What?
Vegas almost scored like point blank.
Was that the Riley Smith shot on goal?
If that's who it was, yeah. I didn't
With like
pay
a minute
attention.
15 to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike McKenna says, watch Pavelski close, especially his head and eyes. He kicked that puck to Ben on purpose so Ben could just like shovel it in with his stick.
I don't know why I didn't take a draw in this game.
Ooh, Marcia, so.
Ooh, that almost could have been a problem.
Overtime, huh?
All right, boys, I'll hang in there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything to do, so I'm all.
I'm just gonna grab a little bite to eat and then I'll be back. I haven't ate yet. So.
Okay, yeah, I might do the same thing. I'll just drop you down, Perlo. And Rico, I won't leave you high and dry. Oh, God dang it.
Oh yeah, that was Riley Smith right in a slot.
Oh yeah, dude, that looked like a good scoring chance. You're not as far behind me as Perlo. Perlo, I think, has satellite or something. So
yeah,
if you need to grab a bite or whatever, you can pop off. Well, I'll probably I already had to take a break. So, he said he's talking to Steve Levy. Goes, we can't have Gretzky and those guys have all the fun. Gotta have OT. You know, Chelios and Mark Messier, they're so old, they're tired of sitting in those chairs. And I guess you got Sportsnet, right?
yeah.
So who did Sportsnet have as guests for the
Elliot Friedman, Bieksa, Kelly Rudy, and Ron McLean? Or wait a minute.
Okay.
There was one of them. No, they had Botterill there.
Oh, Jen Botterill. She's doing games here too, man.
Yeah, they had Rudy, Botterill, and Elliot Friedman.
She's good though, man. I'm a fan. Like I like her a lot. She really knows her shit with hockey. Boy, Jamie Benn might have the worst tape job stick ever. He tapes like 2 inches.
Right near the end, right where the hook is for his draws.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, dude. God, if you're Vegas, you just got to be kicking yourself. How about this, though? Dallas is 0-2 in overtime, and Vegas is 1-0. I don't know, man. Florida was 4-0 and all road. Now they're 5-0 road. I know Perlo thinks that
You know what we'll do?
I think the Canes are done, dude. I think the Canes put their best foot forward against Florida. And because everybody's like, well, the Canes kicked the shit out of Florida in a must-win game in the last game of the season. I go, the Canes needed that win as much as Florida. They needed to win the division because they would have had to play the Rangers in the first round. And I actually think the Rangers in the first round would have been a bad matchup for the Carolina Hurricanes.
Mm-hmm.
And because of the goaltending and the physicality of Carolina or of New York. The problem with New York couldn't use their physicality against the Devils because the Devils are too fast. They were able to get the puck up and do what they wanted to do. But so that game was so important for Carolina to win the division. And that's why I said, nah, I think Carolina knew that the Rangers would be a tougher matchup for them. And I told my wife that they would rather, because she's a Rangers fan. I said, you'd rather play Carolina. I just think you're a better chance to beat them than the Devils, because I just thought the Devils played the Rangers really well in the games I saw and stuff. So I wasn't surprised. But we'll see next year now, as all these teams can say, right? Even the Devils, they're gone. So.
Yeah, I'll tell you 2 players who have ice baths right now in Carolina is Jordan Stahl and Brent Burns. Those 2 guys probably had an ice bath all day, man. Those are the guys that probably feel it the most, I would think, man.
Yeah. And, with them too, like Carolina, I told my wife, I go, they just know how to be dirty, but like play. It's like they're the cleanest dirty team because they just play right up to on everything they do. Like they'll hit a guy, they'll pick plays, but they do it so well. And it's legit. Like, I don't think they're a dirty team or like Canes fans that come back and watch this or whatever. Like, I think they're a good team. They just like get in the way and mess stuff up is better than any team I've ever seen. Bone, what are you doing? Come here, Bone. One dog. What you doing? Come here. Come here. Come on, Bone. Did you have dinner? You gonna do a puppy stretch and not listen to me? My dogs are so disobedient. They never come. Come here, guy. Come on. Come on, Bone. Bone dog. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come here. You crazy. And we've seen your cats, Rico. Here's Bone. Here's one of my dogs. Oh, now you're happy to be up here. Aren't you?
Looks like a terrier.
Yeah, he's a Yorkshire Terrier Poodle mix.
Yeah.
He's 9 this year. Oh, you giving me puppy kisses? Oh, you good. Yeah, he's my biggest one. I got another dog, KP, but he's out with my wife. I have 3 dogs, actually. So,
yeah.
So much for the Mercury LA kicking off the tip-off of the WNBA because we got overtime hockey. Is there anything better than overtime hockey?
I love it, buddy. Dude, I fucking stayed up till 2 in the morning last night. I had to be up for work at 8 this morning, and I was getting ready for the 5th overtime, dude. I was just like getting ready. I grabbed my last beer, dude.
Yeah, but for me, it was only like 10 o'clock. So
I know. I was down to my last beer. I'm like, holy Christ, don't do it. They're like, next thing you know, scores. I'm like, what the hell? I did have to
go get some more beer today because of that. Oh, yeah, Bone. What do you think? What do you think, Bone?
All right, you know what we should do? We know what we should do on the stream. If Perlo comes back before overtime, we'll each take our pick for each team to win it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you just say a goal scorer, the Bucci overtime challenge, we call it here in the States, because he gives out like a free hat if you guess it right on Twitter. I stopped doing it a long time ago because I'm like, I could just buy a hat and support his cause that way.
For sure, but we could do it on here.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Let's totally do that if Perlo comes. He's grabbing something to eat. But, and then I won't ever leave a guy solo. Like you could take off. You need to do something. I could go solo by myself. I'm used to it. But I'll if you need to grab a bite or something. I know you probably already ate before you came on.
I did. So. No, I'm good.
Yeah, it's just a time difference for everybody. That's why for me, like, it's not bad for me to stream at like 3 here But like that's why I don't like to do super long streams. But tonight I knew it was going to be, and I don't care. It's Friday, so like I don't worry about when I eat and stuff. So, isn't that right, guy?
Well,
right?
if you got to disappear too to grab a bite to eat.
Well, yeah, but I won't do it until Perlo's back. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you're not by yourself, you know. And he didn't sound like he had to go anywhere after the fact. So, and my wife, I don't know what she has to cook it anyway. So I'm probably an hour away from eating.
All right.
And by then, hopefully, the game is over. Here, Steve's back, so bring him back in.
What kind of air fry stove did you buy?
Oh, it's like a Samsung. It's like a.
Okay. I sell them for a living.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Best.
So you'll like the air fry. The way it works is it uses a convection fan in the back of the oven, and it ramps the heat right up, like real hot.
Yeah.
Uses both the broil and bake elements and a convection fan to sear in whatever you're cooking. Then it lowers the temperature.
We've already used it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great, man. We used it like the first day.
Yeah, you just gotta, try it out with like chicken wings or something like that first, chicken fingers, whatever, and just see how it kind of performs a bit before you want to waste your salmon on it.
Yeah. We have a Traeger, so like I for something like that, I just rather it be cooked on like a grill. Bless you.
Excuse me.
What'd you eat, Perlo?
I made some chicken salad and some yam fries.
Sweet.
Just had a quick bite. I'll eat the rest later, man. I was getting pretty hungry. So you guys wanted, I did listen to you. You wanted to pick a player from each side?
Yeah. We could do that now. If you want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what we should do is go one pick each and then go back around like a round robin, so we're not picking
So what
two
team
each.
you want to start? What team you want to start with?
Okay. Start with the home team, Vegas, and the host. You get first pick.
Okay, I will say Marchessault for Vegas.
Okay, since I'm in the middle of the stream, I'm going second. I'm in the middle, right?
Fair.
On you guys?
Yeah, that's fair.
Am I in the middle on camera?
Yeah, you
Or
are.
Okay, I joined in second. I joined in second on the stream, so I'll go second. So I'm going to say Jonathan Marchessault.
That's what I said.
He said that.
I'm just kidding. With William Karlsson.
You can pick the same. I don't have a problem.
William Karlsson for the Hattie? That'd be a Hattie.
Yeah, William Karlsson for the Hattie.
And I'm keeping the trend of the original Vegas players that were there in the inaugural year. So I'm keeping that trend.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll go with my favorite player. I can take a chalky one because it is my second favorite player.
We know Mark Stone. Just spit it out.
Stone. Yeah. I'll go with Stone. I'm apologizing because I'm taking a chalky player.
No, I like Stone. I think that's a great pick. Why would you not take that one? That's a good one. Okay, So let's roll it around. We'll let Perlo go first with his Dallas one, and we'll roll it back. You'll go second, and I'll go last. So you pick your Dallas shooter.
If you don't take hints, you're an idiot. So I got to take hints.
You say hints. Okay. Sal says Domi. He's got Domi for the Stars. Sal, throw in who you'd pick for Vegas. Go ahead, Rico. Go ahead. Do what you got.
Okay, because I got him as a Conn Smythe pick. Bet him at the beginning of the playoffs. I'm going to go Joe Pavelski.
Okay, that's a good one. That might have been mine. I'm going to go Wyatt Johnston for Dallas. I like Wyatt Johnson. He's had a couple good chances in this game.
I almost thought about that too.
Yeah, so that makes me feel good. So I'll throw the score back on when the game comes back on. Vegas, what a great place to see a game, man. Went to the All-Star game there. It was a good time, man. And it really is not that expensive to go to a game there. Everything else is not that cheap, but
right.
But I will tell you, look, I bought the reverse retro in Vegas. Was like not the reverse retro, that one.
The CBC panel's making her picks right now.
We saw it against Edmonton. He's a great player.
Okay.
I think Riley Smith for the Vegas
Riley
Misfits
Smith
got him into this
for Ron McLean.
and a couple playoffs. Had a great performance
Ron McLean is such a sweet guy. He's like, it's Riley Smith's fault that they are tied the game, so he's going to score.
Well, nothing on the overtime coming up. Let's just have a look at.
Yeah.
I'm a big Ron McLean fan. I don't mind Ron McLean.
Yeah.
The guy's a wordsmith, dude. You can tell he's well read too. He's always like citing like passages from books, and so I think it was Aristotle that said, it's not like pompous or anything, and he just really, I don't know, and he knows everybody in Canadian hockey. Like he'll just start naming people when he does those craft hockey bills and stuff. When I had the DirecTV NHL Sunday Ticket, you can watch. I would purposely watch the Canadian broadcasts on any time a Canadian team was playing because I like their coverage. They talk about the whole NHL a lot more and their things, right? Where a lot of the American ones, they just talk about the regional teams. But there's some good, like Philly's really good. Of course, I love the Caps. The Caps are, I think, one of the best. They actually just got nominated for an Emmy again. For the Metro DC area and stuff. So they're really good. So Rico, if you're getting food, he went off. I'm going to take him off the screen here. I told Perlo, I told him I wouldn't leave him by himself. So if I get food, like if he's getting food or whatever.
Well, let's hope this isn't like
on there. Let's hopefully you don't have a too long game.
Four overtimes. I won't be staying for all.
You think we're gonna get a 4 or 3 overtime?
I certainly hope not.
I don't think so. I think both these teams are got way more lethal scoring. I think we'll see a goal quick. I think in the first 10 minutes.
You never know in overtime.
I gotta mute the commercials. So, what bets have you hit? Recap your bets for the.
I'm not doing well today. I need Vegas money line.
So that can't happen, right? Vegas money line can't happen because it's overtime.
Yeah, it can happen. Yep.
How?
Money line just means win. Period. Doesn't matter.
Okay, you got it. Okay. Yeah. So they can win the overtime. Okay.
But I had Stone over shots. I think that. I don't know if I got that or not.
Well, the overtime only helps that, right?
Yeah. Marchessault goal, got that. Point, got that. Over 3.5 shots, I'm not sure. I took him for a point, I took him for a goal, and I took him over 3.5 shots. Let me look it up. I got Eichel over shots, plus 100, so I got that. My props might make up for my misses here. I need Stone to get one more shot.
Oh, we got Rico. Let me put Rico back. Yep. I got you, Rico.
And
all right.
Hold on. You need Stone to get one more shot, and you need Barbashev to do what?
To get a point.
Okay. So what? Okay, here we go. Stars
I need one more. I need 2 more shots from Marchessault. So, for that reason, I guess overtime.
Overtime helps you in a big way, dude.
I didn't play any shot prop tonight, and I did last night. And this is like gold. As soon as the game goes,
as soon as you get overtime, you're going to hit your shot props more often than not, right?
Well, it helps. That's for sure.
I love those shot props, man.
Yeah, I do those in the playoffs a lot because especially
and if you parlay a couple of those together, you can get like plus 600 or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Producer Sam McKee got.
I'll even take chalky stuff, but I'll just double my unit size if I really, really believe in it. Like I was taking Johnston over 1.5 at minus 200. Quite often. And he would hit all the time. They never raised it. Did I lose you?
No, I'm here. I'm zoned out. I was listening to you on the shot props. And,
yeah. I take
Twitter.
Johnston at minus 200. I'll do that sometimes, even at minus 200 if I'm really confident that a shot prop's going to come in.
All right, everybody in the chat make their OT picks.
Yeah, we only got TCB. He said Domi for the Stars and Bluger for the
Bluger. That'd be
Yeah, I
funny.
love Bluger already has a goal, so I like it.
2 goals in one game. I don't even know.
Dude, that's a lot of times though. I give Sal props for going off the board, man. You probably get plus $2,000 for plus 2,000 for Bluger.
Yeah, I don't know what it would be. I did.
You know, when the odds are that high, you can just bet 100 on every guy, and if you hit it, you make your money back and break even.
It's like
Plus
roulette. Put a
Zach
chip on
Whitecloud
every
plus
single number.
5,000. I'll put 100 on every guy. That's $1,200. Like Zach Whitecloud hits, you're like,
Yeah. Kivarenta.
I'm honestly not going to be mad.
Roderick like scored some big goals for them.
Yeah, he actually has scored a few. It probably is a good bet.
In that bubble playoff run, he was like a big part of that.
Oh, how did that?
Oh shit, Perlo's ahead of us.
Yeah, which game are you watching, Perlo?
Hold on.
Oh, Stevenson. Oh, whoa, no, he scored. Chandler Stevenson. It's over.
Stevenson. Nobody took Stevenson. It's over already.
No way. It's
I
over.
see how good I was. I didn't get all excited in time.
I should have taken Stevenson. That's my boy.
Dude, what are you doing, man? That was your guy.
That is my guy. I don't know what the hell I was thinking, dude.
We talked about it earlier too. How you
in overtime? It's over, baby. The Vegas Golden Knights are going to the finals. Good for them.
We didn't get our shot props, so that's a bad.
Ah, dude, that does suck.
I did get
the first 10 minutes to be over. It's over.
I needed Vegas ML and I got it.
Yeah.
That's what we talked about earlier. Hey, Beard, if the Toronto
Are they reviewing this shit? Okay, there's nothing.
No.
There's nothing to review there.
Yeah.
Unless it was offside.
Dude, honestly, man, like what a great pass from
was that Stevenson to score? Yeah, it was. Yeah,
that's funny because Howden just totally butchered all wide open. Oh no, it was Howden. It was Howden.
Gets the puck.
Howden got the goal. Howden.
Stevenson's the one that
behind the net. Howden's behind the net and passed it to Stevenson. How did
No, he passed it off.
They are calling it Howden's goal.
Had the opportunity to score, but then Howden got in from behind.
Oh, Howden's goal.
But Stevenson should have had it about 20 seconds before that.
Yeah, I know. I think it was Howden on both. I think Howden flubbed
Howden threw it off the back of Ottinger.
Yeah, but
Ottinger kicked it in. Yeah, it looked like in real time that Stevenson shot it, but it actually Mark Stone is right there too. Oh, it's a game winner. It's a game winner. That's all that matters, right? Brett Howden. Okay. So I got the Stevenson jersey off the wall for no fucking reason at all.
No, he was a big part of that play, though. He was the one that should have scored 10 seconds before.
Yeah, but sometimes when you create those high dangers, the defense starts panicking, and that's how the goal gets scored anyway.
Oh, I forgot I had I had the under first period in this too, so that made it better. Yeah, I actually think I probably up a little bit with props and everything. I think I did pretty well. I don't count it till the morning.
When you have a nice cup of coffee and you count your bank.
Yeah, count my bankroll in the morning. Yeah, I just put it away. Don't worry about it till the morning.
The birds are tweeting outside at the bird feeder. Perlo's looking out at the birds, just counting his millions.
Yeah.
Dinner is effed.
So $1,002 on hints to get a goal. Wouldn't that be great to have those kind of stacks, man? Just throwing freaking 100 G's at goal props. That'd be freaking beautiful.
Yeah, man, none of my point props hit for Vegas tonight. No.
None of them hit?
Bluger a goal, Howden a goal, Haig, nothing, White Cloud, 2 assists, Colasar an assist, Roy assist, Stevenson got an assist. I think Stevenson got an assist on that last goal. No?
I had Marchessault goal and points and overshots, and I don't think he got his overshots. But I had Eichel overshots and Stone. I don't think Stone got his overshots because it ended too early here. And Barbashev over a point. So I think I'm down a little bit there.
Wow, that ended early, that overtime, eh? Can you imagine those guys were setting up shop in the studio and saying, oh, here we go again. All of a sudden, boom, it's done.
Yeah. Well, that's good for the series pick.
Yeah, I still got Dallas futures, so whatever. I mean,
I have yeah, that's the thing. I have a Dallas future, but it's not for much. But I'll make more if they win. I had 21-1 for Dallas to win the cup.
yeah, I got him. I think it's 16-1. I think.
Oh yeah, 16. Mhm.
But I think I bet them maybe into the playoffs a little bit.
It's Alex has Dallas, right? He got them early.
Yeah, I think I bet Dallas to win the cup while they were still in the Minnesota series.
Oh, I took him halfway through the season.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I either that or was before. I've got 16-1 with that many teams in there for Dallas to win the cup. I don't know. Can't remember when I took them. It's all just a blur. Looking Golden Knights, that total went over too. That freaking game was like treading to the under. Like you had the first period under cashed, and then all of a sudden there was only 2 goals after the second period. It was 1-1, and they're like, "Holy shit! Is this 5.5 gonna hit?" All of a sudden, boom! 4 goals in the third. Wow. 29 hits to 17 for the Golden Knights. Golden Knights actually beat Dallas in faceoffs 35-26, which I thought Jamie Benn in hints would be a little better than a faceoff dot. But I saw Eichel beat Ben on a lot of faceoffs tonight.
Eichel is so underrated defensively, it's ridiculous. He is a fantastic two-way player. Really, really good.
Not many power plays. Dallas only had 2 PPs, 0 for 2. Vegas 0 for 1 on the power play, so not a lot of penalty calls, even though they called 2 like minor sticking infractions against Vegas, I think was in the first period. Other than that, like there was nothing. I think maybe those 2 penalties that they called on Vegas early in the first period were just, one was a little slash of the stick, and maybe they just lightened up a little bit.
So hey guys, I'm gonna end the stream.
Yep.
Okay,
I want to get to bed too.
And you guys can hang out and talk at the end, but I'm gonna end the stream and go get dinner.
Oh my,
it worked out
my
perfect,
gosh,
so.
does Brendan Shanahan look like everybody's grandpa now or what? Holy crap. If there's a stereotypical white man grandpa, Brendan Shanahan looks just like him. Wow.
Seriously? I haven't seen him.
Yeah.
In this
Shanahan hasn't come out of the woodwork